It's just me, Arcade, and Jaden and Iron Maiden. No more men. Leaving Facebook me. Too many snakes on here. DM me chick. Ladies, gentlemen, and variations thereupon. Boy done good. This is Modern Escapism. Alright, my name's Oodles, or to the Southerners, Doodles, and I will be your support worker for the next few hours. Joining me today, the loon from the toon, away man, it's Gadget.
I'll read pet.
I'll read. Also, cheers drive, it's Gert Lush Candy.
You alright, me babbers?
Alright. Also, l'homme de la montagne et la tyrannosaurus sexuelle, c'est Biggie.
Ricky!
And finally, last but not by no means least, here's a quid cock. Nick up to the shop and get some cops cock. It's Stig.
You alright?
That was a real Yorkshire sentence. How is everyone doing?
Followed by a real Yorkshire greeting. That's all we ever say to each other. You walk past each other and go, "You alright? You alright?
Alright.
That covers, hello, how are you? I'm good.
And I'm also terrible. I'm also doing
Don't actually
shocking.
want to know.
Yeah. How is everyone? We're all here. Everyone's here. Full
Finally managed
family.
to make it.
I know.
Only by forcing you to record a day late, though.
On this beautiful Sunday evening.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. It's Monday. Oh, no.
What year is it?
The year is 2024. Again. For the fourth time. How many episodes we've done this year so far?
This is
Just count the rings on the inside of your leg, Biggie.
Third. But how is everyone? I feel like I haven't seen you.
Oh, wiped
Don't
out.
all jump at once.
Wiped out, but fine.
Wiped out, but fine, yeah.
Yeah, much the same. And I'm pissed off with all this wind that's going on at the minute. Stormisha can fuck right off.
I love
I
it.
love stormy shit.
I love it. I love lying in bed, all cozy, and listening
to it.
Listening to it outside. I absolutely love it.
Because my bed,
I kind of like it.
my bedroom's got squared off bay windows, so all I can feel is like the house shaking when it hits it because the wind hits it and doesn't bounce off it.
Yeah, but you're in a good, well-built terraced house, so it's not going to go anywhere.
True. We lost the
they
window
are.
in the shed
Degrees
last
in
night.
the south of France.
Oh dear.
Or north of France.
Yeah, what's it like in France, Biggie, over there across the
40 degrees,
the,
mate.
the channel or whatever they call it. The Americans call it Channel Tunnel Channel.
The channel
So it's so
Channel.
funny. Channel.
with garlic and baguettes.
There's no Yorkshiremen in France. We're not allowed.
I know.
Are we, Stig?
Nope.
Yeah, not allowed.
Not anymore.
Nope.
Not since the last incident.
Not since the great incident of 1998.
They shipped you all down to the Costa del Sol.
Yeah, that's it. We're all in Benidorm now. Taking over in Yorkshire Bar. Anyway, do you know what I've been really lacking this? I mean, last week I didn't even do a podcast at all last week. So I am like 7 days now without knowing what's been going on in the world. There's only one man that I know that could give us that information. His biggest breaking news. Oh my God, yes!
You may already know, but he doesn't, because it's time for Biggie's Breaking News.
Friends, tell me I am crazy.
There we go.
That I'm wasting time with you. News will never be mine. That's not the way I read it. 'Cause I feel you're already mine. Whenever you're with me. Ooh. People always talk about reputation. I don't care about your other news. Just be news to me.
Yeah.
Friends are always telling me you're a user.
Oh,
I don't care what you do to them. Just be news to me. Woo! Tank Fly Bus What Jam Nitty Gritty. You're listening to the boy from the Biggie Bad City. This is News Hot. This is News Hot.
All right.
All right. Next.
Cut him off. This is getting too long.
I'm glad you picked
What's that bit
something
at the
that.
end?
I'm glad he picked something that wasn't fucking the single ladies, which he did last week, which was impossible to sync with the music because that song has no pulse to it.
Single, ladies.
Hey, we.
Oh, they're getting too long. But you need to narrow these. You need to
to stop.
Tighten it.
It's hard work. I'm running out of songs to pick. I'm telling you, you wouldn't believe
Oh,
it.
because there's not enough songs in existence.
No, but suitable ones, yes.
Next, they'll be coming in with lyrics.
Green
like,
Sleeves, that was number one,
Yeah, like
I can't wait till Ness and Dormer's on there with some
biggest news.
God save our news. Okay,
I
the
might do
world
that
of
next
gaming.
time.
Shall we move on, shall we?
Yeah,
Power
let's.
World passes 5 million copies, sold in just 3 days. Apparently
What,
it's labelled
Power World?
Pokemon with guns. It's blasted through yet another sales milestone. The extraordinary launch and success of Power World comes on top of the game's arrival for Xbox, including Game Pass. There's no word yet on how many more players have joined in the game since using the subscription. On Steam, Power World has earned itself distinction of becoming one of only 6 games ever to hit more than 5 concurrent players. Sorry, 5?
5 concurrent players.
It was a high bar to reach. Sorry, I'll say
million.
that again. To hit more than 1 million concurrent players, but it hasn't all been plain sailing. The huge numbers of players have prompted repeated Power Word server problems, and there have been complaints from Pokemon fans over how similar they think Power Word's designs are.
What the fuck are you talking about? How long have I been off?
Pal World is a
I know
game.
nothing about
Pal
this.
World.
Pal,
What is
P-A-L.
it?
Well, it's like a base building, like Pokemon hunting game
How long's that been out?
this week.
A few days.
Fuck off.
And
It's-
that's why I've reported on it, 'cause it's done extremely well.
In the past
Well done.
in the past 24 hours, it's peaked at 1.5 million players on Steam.
I've never even heard of it. Pal
Um,
World, as in you're my pal.
Do you know what's really funny is that someone's already done a Pokemon mod for it, so you can like your characters can look like Ash, and the little characters can look like Pokemons.
I'm on Google Images now. Why does that need a Pokemon mod? That looks like Pokemon.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
There's a lot of Pokemon influence, and
I'm literally looking at a Charizard.
Xenos in our Discord. He posted a
Did
few.
he make it?
He posted a few links where it's saying like it's not that they've really plagiarized Pokemon, but they've like done designs that look like Pokemon
I
designs.
did know about this. This is what you were talking to Punk about, because the Dragon Quest, because Pokemon riffed off Dragon Quest and blah blah.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a game. I thought it was a show.
No. But yeah, Pal World's a game. It's exploded out of nowhere. I think mostly because it's kind of the closest thing you can get to Pokemon on the PC and the Xbox.
Ah, that makes sense.
Also, notably,
And it's got like a bit of Breath of the Wild in it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's got that kind of full, massive open world thing that Breath of the Wild had, and it's multiplayer. So it's
Got a little glider.
yeah.
Not a game I'll be playing, I'll tell you that much.
I know I'm really like
She's got a
backwards and I'm
pony.
always like behind stuff, but I genuinely thought I'd lost a year in my life.
I mean, to be fair, it did kind of explode out of nowhere. It didn't really have much
And I've had a busy week.
push. But it's from the people who made Craftopia. If you remember that one.
No.
Weirdly
It's
enough,
only in early access still, though, isn't it? Technically.
yeah, technically it is.
That don't mean anything on PC though, does it? Because people have been playing that Grounded on Xbox for 4 years. That's
the
early
weird,
access.
the weird thing about it is the developer doesn't seem to be too keen on originality because they've got another game in the pipeline, which looks like an absolute rip-off of Hollow Knight, like down to even some of the monster designs and the world designs.
Not complaining if it plays like it.
I mean, if it, it's not like we're getting Silk Song anytime soon.
Called Empty Guard.
Empty Guard, is that what it's called? Oh, you were doing a joke. Oh, sorry, mate. I'm not
Notice
used
how
to
everybody laughed. Well, Candy, but
I tittered.
I'm not used to it. I apologise for just lambasting that joke. It was terrible.
It's fine,
Next.
mate. UK retailer Game to cease video game trade-ins. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. Game has now confirmed this. As part of the integration of Game, we will be phasing out the trade-in, pre-owned, and Game Elite offerings in the UK over the coming months. A spokesperson for the chain's Fraser Group told BBC News.
And the next news
Pre-owned will
story
still be available.
And the next news story that will
going
come
under.
out is that they'll be going under because
There is no way they can operate without trading.
yeah, if you're not able to trade your games in, what's the fucking point? They're more expensive than Amazon. CEX will just run away with the pre-owned market because they will.
The pre-owned market is worth more than the retail market, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you can set your own prices.
Yes. Also, game tends like last time I was in a game, like the amount of games they actually had was quite.
Can we
pitiful.
please call it by its real title? Sports Direct featuring Game.
Yeah. But last time I was in a dedicated shop with Game written on the top of it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, not one of the Sports Direct ones. They had very few actual games. They had like the charts and some pre-owned stuff. Most of it was tat. Most of it was toys.
Yeah.
It was Magic the Gathering cards, board games, endless
I like that
amounts
tat,
of
but I
Funko
won't go
Pops.
there for that tat. Do you know what I mean? I'd go somewhere else for that tat.
You mean to the internet where it's cheaper?
Precisely. Sorry,
That or
for
an
physical
independent.
collectors.
You know, you've got to start independent.
Yeah,
I like going to independent ones, especially comic book shops when they've got that tat in, because I can talk to them about comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah, Game's identity is so confusing now.
It's a Sports Direct.
I say this is
They
what
sell-
happens
they
when you
sell
let Mike Ashley
football
buy
shirts.
it.
Yeah.
Do you want a
possibly
football
be
with
their
your
reasoning,
pre-owned
though?
copy of Mass Effect?
Yes, I do.
The one in the Metro Centre at one point did have a couple of Newcastle shirts in you could buy.
Of course it does. So it should. I prefer that. Yeah, but that's going under because like my pal still operates one of the very, very rare few independent game shops.
They still
local
exist?
to me. It still exists, and he literally survives on trade value. That is it. All this retail stuff is for goodwill and to get the regular customers to keep coming back. But he makes more money on them bringing those new games that he's sold at cost or at retail and then selling them back on.
Yeah.
He makes so much more money that way. It's a slow burn to get that money. It's a lot slower, but your revenue starts adding in, and then people go in and go, actually, I will buy that pop figure as well.
Yeah,
So the game are fucked.
The tat should be on the side. It should not be the primary thing that you buy there.
Yes, exactly. They are fucked with capital fuck.
Yeah, I think in the next 12 months it'll wind down. I can't see
They won't last
surviving.
this year. They will not last. If I were working there, and I feel sorry for people that do work there, get onto the Sports Direct side, get a transfer.
Yeah.
You know what?
out
CX
there.
must be rubbing their hands over this.
They're loving it.
And I'll
Has
say
there any reason actually been given for it though?
Can't be asked is probably the reason.
nope, they haven't given a reason. They just decided to stop doing it.
It's a slow
Part
profit
of the
builder. that's why.
integration.
It's a slow profit builder, and the board will be going, "Where's the money?" And they're like, "Wait, the money will come.
I think
We have to wait."
yeah, I think the problem is they focus too much on the tat and not enough on the games or like the gaming culture or anything like that.
I'll tell you what'll happen. They'll rebrand, and they'll be like more like gadget shops, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but
For a little
HMV
bit.
did that, and they're all
Just
closing down
carts of
too.
gadget.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a
They're
time
fucked.
about a couple of years ago, sort of 5-6 years ago, they did actually try and change it more from like a games retail shop to an actual like gaming bunkers, didn't they? They'd have teams that played
Yes.
within the shops and stuff. So
Lasted
that,
10 minutes.
well, yeah. So that was a non-starter as well. So why on earth? Like, who made that decision? I know what seems like a good idea.
We went to the one in Wakefield, lovely city. Joking, terrible. We went in there and they had that LAN stuff, and
Yeah.
we were stood outside game on 5G network, getting faster speeds than the LAN party were getting. That's one of the problems. They're being tight.
They had one of those in the Metro Centre for a bit until like they moved to a smaller shop, and it took up loads of the floor space. I never saw any fucker in it apart from the odd birthday party, and they were all just fucking playing Minecraft. I'm like, well, what's the fucking point?
You could always smell it.
I recently watched
Oh, there
a
was a stench.
TikTok. I watched a TikTok of the last cyber cafe in New York, in the Upper East Side, the posh part, and he's like, a proper lovely old Jewish bloke going, this is the last cyber cafe, and it's just like 2 or 3 old folk going in that haven't bought a PC yet, and it's like, that man's not passing that shop on to his grandkids. That shop's getting sold as real estate.
Oh yeah,
That's not going out, and it's going to be worth $1 million.
if more.
Yeah, exactly. It was proper. beautiful like bodega strip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was fucking stunning. But it was cyber cafe and fax machines. I'm like, you poor bugger. Love it. That's what Game's gonna do. Game's just gonna. Do you reckon they own their property? They must be renting.
No, they rent. Like
There's no profit in that company.
No, like most of their kind of city centre and shopping centre places will be rented. I think they probably own. No, I think they probably rent like the Sports Direct
It'd be a concession.
Sports Directs as well. So yeah, I don't think there's any actual. There's only just.
Tell you what.
There's only just the stock, which I guarantee when Game folds, it'll hit eBay for fucking nothing.
Yeah, it'll be worth fuck all. The other thing as well, there'll be some fucking area manager that's worked for fucking Game for 25 years, rubbing his hands together right now going, that redundancy's coming early, babe. We're going to retire to Spain. He's going to be buzzing.
Tell you what, Game Station was better.
Yeah, totally.
EB were better. I love
They
EB.
just had better prices as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Game Station were always like undercutting everyone else, weren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, retail is dead. Who would work in retail, especially retail management?
Who would?
Wait, this idiot. Next.
Halo Battle Royale reportedly cancelled after years of work. The mysterious, long-rumoured
Country
Halo
Malls.
Battle Royale project from series co-developer Certain Affinity is apparently no longer in development. Although weirdly, speaking on Xbox Era podcast, reliable insider Special Nick said the game, codenamed Project Tatanka, this is so weird, has seemingly been cancelled. And then
the
to
wrestler.
clarify, Nick and fellow host John Clark state they've both been contacted about the project being cancelled. Independent YouTuber Colt Eastwood, so weird, also saying he's heard the game is cancelled, although the pair don't seem to know for certain. So it's such a weird story. But yes,
Do you know why?
apparently-
Because battle royales are no longer in the zeitgeist. They're not a thing. Because why fight Fortnite?
Because I was just about to say, you've got Fortnite, PUBG still is massive, and that's it. Like
Apex Legends is kind of on the downward now.
But like no one, every new one that people they just don't work. Like
just
Battlefield
die.
tried it, didn't work.
It's
Halo
not a thing
3
anymore.
tried
No
it
one
here.
cares.
Because you can't
You've got
beat
Warzone and stuff.
the free
and
version.
Fortnite, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just. It was a trend for a while, and I'm seeing less and less Souls likes as well. That was a trend. You know what I mean? You're seeing less and less of this, less and less of that. Now the new one's rogue mode. Rogue mode. Everything's got a rogue mode. More of that later. Rogue mode.
I know what you've been playing.
Yeah, mum. Next.
Take-Two and Remedy in trademark dispute
This is so
over
weird.
our logo. This is so ridiculous.
love
So
this.
Remedy has responded to the trademark dispute with Take-Two, stating it was resolved amicably last year. Take-Two Interactive had entered a trademark dispute with Remedy, saying the latter's logo resembles the R with the star of Rockstar Games, which it didn't.
But it
I don't
doesn't.
think it did at all.
They don't look anything alike.
A statement sent to Eurogamer read, there's nothing to see here. This is a discussion between our teams that was resolved entirely and amicably late last year.
Like Leslie Nielsen in front of that blown up building. Nothing to see here. I mean,
That's
It
been
looks
mental.
nothing
Sorry.
like
don't
it.
Take
I just don't
Two
get
on
it.
both of them are working with the on Rockstar and they're
They-
working with Remedy. Is that right?
Yeah.
There's
Max Payne,
there's
yeah.
collab. There's
Yeah.
collab. There's collab.
Which is
The thing is, right, can you own a letter?
Well, it's not saying that they own the letter. It's the iconography and the way it looks. The thing is, the R in Rockstar is the R with the star at the bottom. The Remedy logo
Yes.
is it's like a mirrored R. Different
Yeah.
fonts, different styles, different colours. They don't look the same.
Does Rockstar Games own the Rockstar energy drink?
No, completely different.
Because
Thing.
that looks identical.
so
Well,
the Rockstar.
the logo-
I'm looking at it. It's like a swish.
Yeah.
It's more curved and it's got a swish at the bottom of the R. Whereas
Yeah.
Remedy one is like a proper solid block, like
Times
straight.
Roman
It's straight. It's not italic. They don't look anything like. You aren't going to look at Remedy. It's the fact it says Remedy underneath it for one thing, and go, oh, that must be Rockstar.
That'd give it away.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, though, with the Rockstar Energy thing, didn't Monster Energy try to sue Monster Hunter once
Yes.
for copyright infringement?
up.
That didn't
For
work
the word
either.
did
monster
not.
at
Really?
the front. Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, we should sue anything that has escapism and modern in it.
Yeah, I just don't get how
The Tate modern.
how Monster Energy can be like, oh, let's sue this game because it's got the word monster in it. Like the word monster was around long before both companies existed.
Hey, Bethesda tried to sue an indie developer making a game called Scrolls because they thought it would interfere with The Elder Scrolls.
I'm sure, yeah, that behemoth series.
Disney do this all the
Elder
time.
Scrolls.
They went after this woman who's like this tiny little like Etsy business, and they're like, people might like think this is like Disney products, and she was like, how? Like, how? Like, it's clearly that
Can
I'm
we
a small
sue
Etsy
the Tate
business.
Modern? Is that possible?
I've just said that joke.
Oh, I didn't
My
catch that.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, yeah, it's a good joke, Biggie. I like it. Well done.
Can we sue the Tate Modern?
Oh,
Thank you.
You are
That's
so
more like
funny.
it.
Oh. Next.
Square Enix confirms Foam Stars contain some AI-generated art. The Final
No.
Fantasy's publisher recently said in New Year's letter that if it intended to be aggressive in applying AI in its future game development. At a recent press event, VGC asked Foam Stars' producer if AI was used for any elements of the game, and he confirmed it had. For a small number of art in-game icons and text prompts with visual art.
It's a shame because I've said it before. I played the beta and good game, Foam Stars.
Square
Good
Enix
game,
are
but
really...
that it tarnishes it, doesn't it? What you mean? NFTs Square Enix /
Yeah,
AI Square
they're
Enix
trying to be the bad guys at the
Bitcoins
minute.
Square Enix.
But they're like behind on everything by 2 years.
yeah. God, come on, Square Enix. They've got some of the most well-known and well-loved IPs, and they can just rest on that. You know what I mean? They're quite broad of a studio. They've got loads of stuff. Nah, let's get into AI this year. What's next year?
Are they going to be
be?
Skynet? Is this where it all ends?
It might do, yeah. We're going to get chased by fucking slimes from Dragon Quest.
This Skynet still can't get the hands right.
No, that's true. This is
Yeah,
true.
Terminator's walking around with like it'll just be all thumbs dropping the guns.
Give me puff puffs.
Hey, if that's how I'm going to go, it's a good way to go.
Come with
Not a bad
me
way
if
to
you want
go.
a puff puff.
I do.
Apart from the one I
Next.
had the other day.
Not good, mate.
Not in the game.
I know you're not reviewing the game.
A new announcement for Elder Scrolls, but it's probably not what you want. It's The Castles, the new mobile game from the team behind Fallout Shelter.
Can't wait.
Candy will still
Candy?
play it.
I'll still play it.
Yeah.
And have
I have to be
you got
careful, though.
anything to add?
I spent a lot of time on Fallout Shelter. Fallout Shelter is one of the better Fallout games, actually. It's just
Doesn't
it's
take much.
a time and a money sink.
Did you spend a lot of time on that other Scrolls game that's not Elder Scrolls because it had the word Scrolls in the
Blades.
title?
Oh no, just
No,
Scrolls,
the one
no.
Gadget just mentioned there.
No,
Did you play Elder Scrolls Blades? That terrible game.
for about 5 minutes.
It's crap in it.
What's
Crap.
that?
It's the
Elder
other
Scrolls Blades. It's
Elder
like a tappy Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah,
but
it
it's
wasn't very
3D
good.
though. It's weird.
It's 3D. Yeah.
It's sort of first person
Very
3D. It's like you
strange.
turn a corner and there's like another baddie. It's weird.
I knew it was a big deal before Apple Arcade turned up, wasn't it? It was like we can do console quality gaming on phones.
Turns out they couldn't.
So it's not like when you said that, I thought it's not like Infinity Blade.
No, it
If
was
only.
It was a bit like
Yeah, it
Infinity
was a
Blade, but
slasher, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it
you would
was
slash
actually.
side to side on the screen. It just wasn't as good as Infinity Blade.
Nothing's been as good as Infinity
don't-
Blade. That's
yeah,
the
that-
best phone game of all time.
That was great. That
The thing with
one
castles
of
and
the
stuff is
best.
just like aesthetically, it's nothing like any kind of Elder Scrolls game you've ever seen before. It just doesn't. It looks very much like a mobile game that you would see advertised on Facebook or something, but just with the Elder Scrolls name to it.
And you're going to be suckered into it.
Oh, yeah.
Buying loot boxes all month.
Oh yeah, that's why I have to be
yeah.
extremely careful.
They get very addictive, them games.
They do.
I could just pay £2.50 to get rid of this ad
Not
for a
much.
week.
What's £2.50 every hour?
What is it? Yeah, what is it? Been there, mate. I did it with Monster Hunter Go. I've been there, pal.
They know what they're
Been
doing.
there.
Predatory.
Know
That's
what
what it
they're
is.
Absolute animals. Next.
I didn't get involved in the Xbox showcase in the week. I think Gadget and Oodles watched it, if I'm right.
We did, yeah.
Crushed it.
I think
We
a
crushed
few
it.
things were mentioned, but one thing that stood out is apparently Harrison Ford's Indiana Jones in the new game, which would
It's
be
not Harrison
voiced by
Ford's,
Troy
though, is it?
Baker.
What Looks like Harrison Ford.
You were-
Sounds like
Yeah, but it's
You were
not
just
him.
reading that headline and smashing words together there, weren't you?
I was trying to improvise, but I'm too tired.
straight away. When me and Gadget were watching it, we both went, "Oh yeah, it is his face." And then he spoke, and we both went,
Yeah, not so much. It's like
That's right.
sometimes Harrison Ford.
Slightly
That's
off,
right.
but it's not a bad impression. Like,
"It's not bad."
Yeah, I
the
thought so.
problem is with if you got if you got Harrison Ford to do it, is if you've watched the new film, The Dial of Destiny,
Unfortunately,
when
yeah,
he tries to
unfortunately.
do the voiceover for the younger, like
Yeah.
It just sounds old.
like flashback version of India, it sounds like an old man with a young person's face. Like, it doesn't
does.
work. Yeah.
Well, hey, Sonny Joe,
Um,
come back there.
So when we first, I don't know if Gadget's changed on this, but when we first watched it, me and Gadget was a bit. I mean, I guess correctly from day one, it's first-person shooter, but I think a lot of people did.
It's just from the
But
company.
Me,
that
me and
made-
Gadget
making
were
it.
not blown away by what we saw, were we, Gadget?
No, I'm not thrilled on it. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I want to see more before I make an.
But you have
informed
heard
decision.
it's an immersive sim, haven't you?
I have heard that,
It's-
which
so,
has
tickled
tickled that
your
little
fancy
back
a
of my
bit more.
brain a little bit.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein's a fun, great.
Yeah,
fun
the great
game.
games. Like I
It's
trust
So
the
really
even
is.
if it's not really what we wanted from Indiana Jones, because let's be honest, we wanted the Tomb Raider and Uncharted, regardless of the fact
Yep.
that people go, "Oh, it just looks like Uncharted." It's like, what do you think they're based off?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted one of them, but with Indiana
I don't think
Jones.
people understand that Tomb Raider's based on Indiana Jones is based on Quatermain. It's all come from
Yeah.
something, and there's no originality. What, in an Explorer?
So
We've had that for years.
I just wanted a third-person Indiana Jones game. I still
I
think
did.
this game will be fun. It's just kind of not what I want from that IP.
Problem I've got with it is, and I've openly admitted this before, I love the Wolfenstein games, especially the recent ones. I hate the shooting in it. I think it's shockingly bad. It's terrible.
First one's
You have
good.
to pop-
First one's great. Second one's a bit off in places.
I
but
think you have to put it on easy just to have fun with it.
Nah.
It's just why could you bullet sponge a Nazi? It's just a bloke, and you could just be like, and he's not dead. It don't make any sense to me.
Well, this is first person
Games, I
whipping
suppose.
anyway, so it might be all right. But I don't understand the thought behind it being first person rather than third person. Because if you've got somebody like, if you've got a main character like Indiana Jones, you want to be able to see it. You don't. If you're in first person, like to my mind, if you're playing in first person, you're playing yourself. It's yourself going through these experiences. When it's third person, you're watching a character do it. So why, whatever.
yeah.
Why?
It's the fact that they've kind of done both, really, because when you are
but
doing
how-
something,
That panning's
it's-
a bit weird though when it pans in and out.
Yeah, it always
Yeah,
makes me
I
feel
think-
sick when games do that.
Yeah, I think the game
Cyberpunk's
looks like a
guilty of
VR game. Genuinely, I think it looks like a VR game.
It would
looks
probably
when he
make
holds
a
the
banging
whip.
VR game.
I do. I think that's how you do it. Because they have done Wolfenstein VR games, haven't they?
Did they do
They
Wolfenstein?
did
I
that.
can't remember if they did Wolfenstein. They did Doom.
No, they
They
did a
done Doom.
Wolfenstein one.
Then-
It was more of an experience than a game. A Wolfenstein
Unless
VR
someone
thing.
just modded it, maybe.
No. I think that's a genuine game. There's a Wolfenstein
Oh,
VR game.
Cyberpilot. Yeah.
Cyberpilot. There you go. And apparently it's fun, but it's an experience. But if they do this Indiana Jones as an immersive sim and less on the action, because think about the Indiana Jones films, most of the action's him running about and being chased, not shooting.
Punching people.
Yeah, exactly, not shooting. How many times does he shoot people? Do you know what I mean? Not that many. It's not like Nathan Drake that's murdered thousands of people.
Right. This is my first predictions of the year.
Let's
Already
go.
put this in. It's
love
not
this.
going to. It won't come out this year. It'll be
No, I
delayed.
don't think it will.
That's
Fact.
and 82 Metacritic.
I said 72, so it's a full
No, that's
10-point
low, that.
disparity.
I think 80 Metacritic. I think it's going to be an 8 out of 10. I don't think it's going to be bad, but I don't think it's going to blow us away the way we want it to.
I'm going to say
Doesn't
78.
8 out of
I'd say
10
that's
sounds
78.
fine, doesn't it? But 80 out of 100 Metacritic goes.
Sounds
that's
minging.
a bit. Yeah, because it's just like you're dropping 20 points rather than 2, and it just sounds. But it's exactly the same, but it sounds worse.
Anyway, on the flip, we got to see Avowed, which I think looks good. Gadget is right, looks a bit sparse, but maybe they're just holding that back. We got to see.
Apparently, that's a linear game. It's not open world.
Yeah, I heard
Oh,
that
good.
as well.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that at all.
Give me more linear
w-
games.
We also saw Ada. We saw that, didn't we? That was
Arrow
good.
looks
Ada.
great. It's like
Yeah.
fucking Civilization
Candy
on
loved
steroids.
that game. She
Oh, God.
loved it.
Snore.
And then we got to see the new, is it Mana? Visions of Mana, is it?
Yeah, Visions of Mana.
It's coming out
Done
Game Pass, that.
Yeah, it's been confirmed.
Yeah.
It's a Game Pass game.
I know. Doesn't it look mint, though?
You're going to play that on your phone.
No, I'll just buy it on PlayStation when I like a fool. It looks great. This looks like they've took a leaf out of Dragon Quest's book and gone, right, let's just ramp that cuteness up. Let's ramp those good character designs. Great ginger character. We love to see a ginger character.
We love a ginger.
Represent.
And it just looks dead fun and it's beautiful. All the pixels are just floating around. It's just
I'm looking forward to it because I've not played a Mana game since Secrets of Mana.
Since SNES.
Same here.
I will play it. It looks like Dragon Quest. And I've
It does
been
look like
Yes.
Dragon Quest. It's like real-time
obsessed
Dragon
with that
Quest.
game at the moment.
Real-time Dragon Quest. I mean, that's kind of what they are at Seiken Densetsu, aren't they? There was a spin-off of like the Final Fantasy Dragon Quest style thing, but like you can control the action. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, that was the developer direct. It was fine.
There was
I liked
also
it.
Senua's Saga, and we finally got a release date for it, which is something like the 14th of May.
Yes, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that game.
Oh, they also said it was going to be
And
shorter than the original.
Silk Song Shadow
7
dropped
hours.
as well, didn't it?
7 hours. Silk Song did not drop.
Hey,
no.
Biggie. Fuck you.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, 7 hours, Candy. It's someone made a joke saying that it's an hour per year it's taken them to
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that
But-
at all.
but
I mean, the first one wasn't that long.
But yeah,
Guys,
but
it's on Game Pass. Stop moaning.
The first one was 12 hours long because you spent all those times looking for those fucking visual puzzles. If they've sacked them off and got a 7-hour tight game, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, the first game would have been a lot better without that.
It's more about the experience of like the visuals and the sound.
Yeah,
of that game.
it's a very narrative heavy, just almost walking sim. I hate to say it, but walking sim style focused, like mental health odyssey, isn't it? And
Yeah.
hopefully it does terrible because it's in my fantasy league, my counter pick.
You picked that, you idiot.
You idiot.
I like to gamble. I'm a gambling man.
Gadget picked against mine, one of mine.
You gotta know when to roll. That's me, the gambler,
I picked against Suicide Squad.
which is very wise.
Who picked against? I thought you'd picked against my Warhammer one.
No, why would I do that? I'm looking forward
He
to
would
that
never
game.
go against 40k him ever in
Actually,
his
yeah,
life.
that's a good point. Why would I do that? I mean, that game looks great. I expect it to be mint.
I'm more excited for that game than you are.
I'm excited to that game to anything. But yes, I again, me and Gadget have both said this. We like these directs, and it was a good one.
It was.
I liked seeing Todd at the end stealing that trophy. Very funny.
Yeah.
Very funny. He's a funny
That was
guy.
a little treat for me.
Did you tell him to do that, Gadget? Did you give him that idea?
I did. We had a little word beforehand.
What about you?
It's definitely been on the Just for Men, though.
That man has dyed his hair so fucking much. And his
That hair is a
eyebrows.
flat colour.
As a man that dyes his hair every month, that is dyed. I've seen that poof. When you dye your hair, it poofs out.
So it's Candy.
It was Planty. Planty counter picked it.
Oh, plenty.
Ooh, I got some points today.
Oh, well done. Congratulations. Anyway, next.
Almost there for the film one. Potentially dangerous Tekken 8 accessibility features will now be removed. So they tried their hardest to add in an effect
Volcano
that helped
mode.
people for...
It was
it
easy mode,
colour
wasn't
blindness,
it?
I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah,
thought you were about the
it
easy
was-
mode where you just tap square and you win.
No, it was a filter to help colorblind players, but the problem is,
Yeah.
it did something. I can't remember whether it was with the frame rate or whether it was with the frame generation or something. Either way, it caused people to have migraines and headaches, and also has the potential to cause seizures in epileptic people.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Because the pattern used was similar to the infamous Porygon episode of Pokemon.
Oh,
Which
yeah. I remember
Which
that.
somebody had an epileptic fit, I think.
Yes, because
Maybe
it
died.
flashed the
I'm not quite
screen. It flashed the
Wait,
screen.
It was,
Yeah,
it was Pikachu's eyes, wasn't it? They flashed like red
Yeah.
and black, and everyone started having seizures.
Yeah. Oh, I
Like
should have said
that,
I had that and sued him.
Simpsons episode when they're in Japan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sued, correct. Well, next.
Actually, speaking of
go
Tekken
on.
quickly, did everyone see that that promo video they did? What the fucking guy from Succession? His name's gone from my head now.
Brian Cox.
Brian Cox, that's the one. Fucking hell. Yeah.
He was in a Tekken 8 promo.
Brian Cox.
He told Jin Kazama to fuck off.
Brian Cox telling the history of the Mishima clan.
No fucking way. You made that up.
I have not. Talking about how they throw each other into volcanoes and off cliffs.
No fucking
It's so
way.
fucking good. Yeah, get it
You
watch
are
it.
lying.
It's a full
I'm not.
fucking 5 minutes. The story so far with Brian Cox.
I
I'm going to watch
can't
that
wait.
after this.
The story of
wait. Wrap the
Tekken
show
told
up.
by Brian Cox.
Why
It's
didn't you
so
tell us
good.
this, Stig?
It was in the Discord.
The Mishima
look at
Saga
that
raid is on in
shite.
Tekken 8, but how did we get here? Brian Cox recounts the tournament's twister
Yes!
and cliffside encounters that make Tekken.
Do you reckon that means Logan? Is it Roy?
Logan Roy.
Is
yeah.
he going to be? Is he going to be a character in Tekken
That'd
8?
be hilarious.
I'd buy it if he
Honestly,
You sure it's not the astronomer doing it? It's the right Brian Cox.
no, it's
Oh, Tekken 8.
Brian Cox talking about I actually throwing Kazuya off the cliff.
that's insane.
And him
That is
returning the
genius.
favor. And he's like, but this time, and then later on, he's like, this time he threw him into a volcano. It's like,
Do you know why that's good though? Because it's really good cross marketing. Because Succession is a bit like the
Yeah, of course,
Mishima Zaibatsu
Oh, yeah.
Corporation.
But I bet Brian
Just a
Cox
bit.
was like reading the script for it going, what the fuck
What
are
the
they
fuck
making me
is
say?
It used to make me laugh when it reminds me when Charles Dance used to read people's diary on the Big Fat Quiz of the Year when he used to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
Jade Goody's diary. Or something like that.
oh man, Tekken 8, that will be. I'll put it out there right now. That's what I'm reviewing next week.
Game of the year.
It's
Game
coming.
of the
I've
year. It's your
pre-ordered.
birthday game, innit?
It's pre-ordered. I got it. It's coming next Friday.
Good man, good man. Well, he's gonna mainline that story mode like nobody's business. He needs to know before Twitter spoils it for him.
That's all I'm in it for. How I
That's
need to know
his
what happens
Dragon
in the
Quest.
Yeah.
Tekken is Stig's Dragon Quest.
Who gets thrown into the volcano? Oh no!
Everyone. Who knows? It's so good.
I'm going for Jin.
Yeah. Oh, Mokujin. Just chuck the wood in. Chuck it in. Next.
Almost there. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth's new game plus is locked behind a £15 paywall. Oh, paywall? Paywall.
Hey, wow.
Paywall.
That is disgusting.
Yep, the usually free feature in the Yakuza and Like a Dragon series will only be in the deluxe editions of the game. Nice.
Sega. That's just terrible. This reminds me of, remember Azura's Wrath. To get the ending, you had to buy the DLC.
Yeah, I remember that one. That didn't go down well.
That's horrendous.
Well,
You got near the end and it went to be continued in the upcoming DLC.
I hate that.
It's kind of almost as bad as with like Mass Effect 3 if you didn't buy the Arrival DLC.
Yeah.
Like a load of shit was happening that you didn't have any context for. Like you were arrested and like you were facing court martial, and at no
What have I
point had there
done?
been a cutscene to explain this. You just get a bit of Anderson telling you, "Oh, you really fucked up this time, Shepard." How? What did I do? I just
What did I do?
this new game.
Oh
Amazing.
God, it's so fucking bad. That is for the I can't say their studio name. Ryu Kachu. For that studio,
Ryuga Gotoku.
they are darlings.
They are.
And
It's-
this is not a bad move. This is not a good move. I mean,
It seems like a strange choice, and I think it will affect very few players. But like, you can't get the hard and legend difficulties without going through without.
someone on Twitter today told me it affects the platinum.
That's what I'm saying. It would affect the platinum or your 1,000 gamer score or
Which,
whatever.
Someone like me, I love a platinum.
Yeah, I also
It's
think
not very good.
it's going to be a very long game in general, since it's got that Animal Crossing side mission thing. So
I don't think the game's going to be. I think the game's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be banging.
But
I'm not
that
getting
is
it on Friday, though.
disgusting. That's disgusting predatory, and I kind of want them to back down on it before. I'm not technically voting with my wallet because something else is coming out that I want to buy instead. But I'm kind of
The problem
taking
is,
the
if
moral
they get
high ground
away
just
with
on
this,
that.
will there be more of this?
Yes,
Will
of
other
course, it's a
people
deadly
jump on it?
precedent.
Yeah,
That's the problem. Sega. They've always been baddies, Sega. Since the Mega Drive. Scrubbers. Next.
Finally, over to the world of film and TV. I'll try and keep
What?
this
That
snappy
wasn't the
and short.
news?
No.
Fuck me.
There's you guys waffling on about all the stuff.
We correspondence.
Noah Hawley's Alien prequel is basically just going to skip past all that Prometheus shite.
Good.
Great.
Next.
Next.
Next. Nothing to add. Next.
No.
Perfect decision.
Very quick one. Razzie nominations. The fourth movie of The Expendables is right up there with the nominations for 7. Stallone is nominated for Worst Supporting Actor. It's his 16th nomination.
Supporting actor, and
Supporting actor in his own franchise.
However, Stallone can laugh and pick up a Razzie because he can turn around and go, "I've got an Oscar though." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can still do it. It's
Halle Berry did that.
Halle Berry did it.
Co-star in
She
that
turned
movie. Megan Fox is up for 2 awards for 2 separate
She's won
movies.
loads, her.
Yeah.
'Cause she's
The
won
shit.
some
Exorcist
funny
Believer
turtles.
is up there. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. What else do we have here? Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny for Worst
That
Sequel.
deserves a Razzie.
It's not
Vin
the worst
Diesel.
sequel at all. Not even
It's
by
not the worst.
far.
Vin Diesel is accepting the award for all of the Fast and Furious franchise.
He's accepting the awards for his behaviour. Sorry, I shouldn't get into that.
Yeah. He's got the worst actor for the 10th movie. What else is there? Shazam, Fury of the Gods, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
When's that out?
He's got
When's
4
Shazam?
nominations.
Shazam Fury of the Gods came out last year.
Fuck
Yeah.
me.
And it did nothing. It did do something like 10 million in its first weekend or
big,
something.
big flop. I tell
It
you
flopped
what,
harder than
right?
Black Adam.
I looking
No
at this
way.
looking at this list, I don't think they fucking watch enough films or try, because I can
Clearly
come
not.
up with a hell of a lot of worse lists and films,
Yeah.
and I know they just
think
do it
they
because
just-
it creates buzz.
Yeah,
I won't
that's
even
a-
put Vin
that's a
Diesel
list.
in worst actor, like, because he's just playing Dom. We know what that is.
There's no way he's the worst actor of the year.
Yeah,
But
Well,
then-
no, apparently Anna de Armas is, because apparently The Guardian awarded it 1 star and calling it an industry-shaming worst action comedy.
oh, for Ghosters, yeah, I've heard that's bad.
Ghosters is fucking shit. I've watched it. I watched it with Mrs. It's
See,
terrible.
like the Indiana Jones nominated for worst sequel. I mean, Ant-Man and the Wasp, that was fucking worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, it's all a bit of shits and giggles in it.
It's just a roasting,
Yeah.
innit?
Speaking of Fast and Furious,
Speaking of shits, Fast and Furious 11 will be Vin Diesel's
That's
last
hilarious.
one, apparently. It'll have a
Yay.
smaller budget, and it'll be a throwback to the first film.
It's just
DVDs
that I
then? Is it
found
going to be
this so
DVD
fucking-
players?
Yeah, he's going to go back to nicking DVD players again, isn't he?
We need DVD players again. The Gen Xers are into them.
Also
get 'em.
noticed that Fast X was the most expensive one, and it did money, but I think it kind of flopped. So the fact that they're saying it's going to have a smaller budget and a smaller scale,
They haven't got the budget anymore.
yeah, I think people are actually finally sick of them. But how taking away my personal feelings about the Fast franchise,
Which you love.
it's given me a kidney stone.
Out of love.
How do you kind of come back and make it a smaller film based on the escalation of the last few films?
Mate, they've
Also,
been to space.
They went to space.
based
They
on
went to
the
Lidl.
based on the end of the last film, how do you do it? It doesn't make sense.
I haven't seen it.
No,
yet.
it doesn't.
We need to get it watched soon, Biggie. Get it out of the way with.
The longest running bonus show award goes to Too Faff, Too
There
Curious.
is going to be a moment near the beginning of that film. I'm just going to say it now. There's something that's said on a news report, and I already know your reactions to it.
I know what
Because
you mean.
I had the reaction in the cinema, but I couldn't say it out loud because I was sat in the cinema. I got a free ticket for that, by the way. I did not pay.
Good.
I watched it in unsavoury means.
Good.
So yeah,
I'm watching it against my duress.
apparently the
against
Fast
interest.
11 plot's going to revolve around a single heist or a race. So
Yeah,
I wonder if
it's
that means
DVDs.
they're going to bring back the wonderfully titled Race Wars again. Because
Race
that
Wars,
was a
let's
thing in
go.
the film.
Oh wow!
No, it's going to be a race across the world, and at one point they're going to get in like hot air balloons, and then they're going to be on trains, and they're going to be on like those like old-fashioned pump it trains like that.
Yeah.
With one-
love
every
that.
race car
One
you
of
can
those
think of. Cruiser
the children's
shapes.
Imagine-
horses that you see at fairgrounds.
Imagine though,
just
if
go
they
round.
get to they're driving across America, they get to New England, like what we're gonna do, how we're gonna get further, and then Phineas Fogg turns up and goes, "Now there, gentlemen, get in my hot air balloon."
Oh, that
I
sounds
mean-
like a fucking
Phineas.
Family Guy
Phineas.
cutaway.
And he's fucking going, he's taking them down. He's like, "Does it go any faster?" He's like, "Now it's about family, the hot air balloon."
No, he puts the nos in the hot air balloon.
You joke, Hoodles, but there's almost a kind of scene just like that in the mid credit scene of Fast X.
Oh, I don't watch mid credits. I'm not interested. That's fucking
They're going to go back
beautiful.
in time. They're going to
back in time to
to.
Phineas Fogg. No, to the Wright brothers on the plane, and everything's going to go back through all transport.
Actually,
it's going to be
oh my
amazing.
God.
Stevenson's rocket. Let's go. Yes, too slow, too boring. I don't know what they'll call it.
Fast X -2.
Fast and Phineas.
Too fast in the
Fast
past.
and Phineas. Yes, yes. That's a pod title right there.
Phineas,
the
not
bottom.
Phineas.
Close enough. That's what makes it funny.
Exactly.
Ruined it.
No.
Next.
Daredevil Born Again, the TV series, will no longer be 18 episodes, but instead be more in line with Netflix show's original episode count, which is around 13.
Thank fuck, because I think we were going to do a podcast series on this one.
Yeah.
This was one we were actually going to do.
Yeah. Whew. Whew. Nice.
18 weeks. Imagine that.
Whew. Thank you. Thanks for that. They knew about us, didn't they?
Yeah. No, good, because 18 weeks is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
13 even seems too long.
18
10's
weeks,
the
even-
sweet
there's
It's a
spot.
lot of padding, isn't it?
18
Yeah.
weeks, there's even a chance I'll be on holiday, which is rare.
Yeah.
18 weeks. That's insane.
I like 10.
Ooh, thank God.
8 to 10 is the sweet
I love
spot.
a 10. I love a 10. A good solid 10. Next.
Here's a weird one. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 has now been officially retitled to Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning.
Oh, that's
Because
original.
they'll just thought of a different title for the second part.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
this is apparently because market research shows that people tune out
like a
of
part two.
don't like a part 1, because that means that they're going to be left with a cliffhanger, knowing that
I
I'm going
agree.
to now have to wait for part 2, unless they know, like a Lord of the Rings is. I know it's got separate titles, but they know that that's a continuation of a story.
Yeah.
When it comes to a brand new film like this, the market research has basically showed that putting part 1 on a film turns people away. Hence
I
why
still-
June is not part 1 until you actually got in the cinema and it said
then it tells
June
you.
part 1. And
Yeah.
Across the Spider-Verse was meant to be Across the Spider-Verse
Part
part 1, and then they changed it to just Across the Spider-Verse, which is why loads of people came out going, I didn't realise that this was a part 1, because it doesn't say it in the title.
They were like, we got you.
It's basically a way of tricking people, because
I still say, I've said it before, I think we've all mentioned this on podcast, I'd still love to be a flying, maybe someone like Planty or Biggie that's old enough, you old guys, would have remembered going to the cinema to see Star Wars A New Hope and it saying episode 4. That must have blown your fucking mind.
it wasn't.
Like,
It wasn't
what?
episode 4 then.
It didn't. That
Did it
wasn't
not?
Until,
Was that not till release?
That wasn't until the 90s remasters.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't
Because-
until
because
the
I
prequels
remember.
So it was just
were-
called-
I saw
it was just
Jedi
called
in
A
the
New-
cinema.
Was that just called Star Wars, the
It
original?
was literally just called Star Wars, and then Star Wars,
Then
then
Empire
Empire
Strikes
Strikes Back,
Back.
and then Return of the Jedi. And they didn't put the episode numbers in the title crawl until they'd confirmed they were doing a prequel series. So then they said, okay, this happens. This is episode 4.
Is that
now.
correct, Biggie? You were there?
Not for Star Wars, that was 77, bitch. But
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were there. You wouldn't plant it.
But I think it's still weird though when you watch Star Wars that they've got this big spiel in the crawl at the beginning, and it's still like smack bang in the middle of an event. You have no idea what happened before it. You're
I
like,
love
"Huh?"
that. I love that. That's so fucking dramatic.
Yeah,
That's
it's great,
pulp.
but it must have confused a lot of people. Like, what have
Of
I
course
missed?
it did, yeah. But yeah, good explanation on that, Stick. Next. Come on.
John Boyega will star as the young Eli in the Book of Eli prequel series.
Excellent. Next.
Set
Let's
30
go.
years
Let's go.
before the film.
Let's go.
A new Jurassic World film is in development.
No.
Let's
by,
go.
writer
Next. Let's
David
go.
Cohen.
Actually, this next part is hope. Might give you a little bit of hope.
Oh, here we go.
Carry on, Biggie. Tell him, because he cut you off.
OG Jurassic Park writer David Cohen is returning to pen the script. It features an all-new storyline.
So the original Jurassic Park writer is doing it.
Let's go. Next. Let's go. I don't trust it.
Get Spielberg back.
Get Spielberg back. Direct, write, produce, everything.
Spielberg is
go.
Mortal Kombat
Next.
2 has wrapped
Mortal
filming.
Kombat 2.
You cast
Next, let's go.
Petitions include a list of people. Just say Carl Urban's in it. There you go.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh,
As Johnny
Yeah, because you go down the list
bang
of the
into
list
that.
of names and it's like, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, the characters will be Jade, Kitana, Shao Kahn, Johnny Cage, Quan Chi, King Jared, and Queen Sindel. They're the new cast.
bang into that. Next.
Okay, I'm gonna skip the music one because I need to tell you about the
Oh, but
weird
that's a
world
fun
where-
one. I want to take
No,
the piss.
don't
Oh, you
skip
wait,
any.
I want to
You
take
can
the
just
piss out
next
of him.
them.
Okay. Kanye West debuts his titanium teeth. Eric's experimental dentistry did not remove his real
Let
teeth.
me Google this.
The controversial rapper, formerly known as Kanye West, who had spread anti-Semitic rhetoric,
Family
has
now.
apparently apologised for, which is not
I've
acceptable
just seen
still.
it. It's kind of making us feel sick.
He's got tinfoil in his teeth.
Yeah, it makes my feelings hurt.
His teeth look a bit like Jaws, the villain from
No, it looks like
Roger
he's
Moore's Bond films.
It looks like it's the first time he's ever had a Kit Kat before.
It's awful,
Take
isn't
the
it?
foil off.
I generally thought that he'd like originally he'd had like these put in, like he'd had his veneers or whatever.
Or
like,
it was a
teeth
grill
in-
or something.
No, I didn't think it was like a temporary one. I thought he'd literally had his teeth filed down and they put this in instead,
In
like
place.
yeah. But apparently he hasn't. He just
So it's
That's
just like a gum
shocking.
shield.
Man's a lunatic.
more or less,
Next.
but it cost him $850,000.
Oh, I wonder if it's magnetic. We could fuck him up.
Apparently it's permanent as well. How's he going to
Good.
fucking clean it? Is he going to get like a fucking angle grinder in there?
How is he gonna? Well, it's titanium in it, so it'll be.
Apparently, it hasn't affected his real
Won't be as
teeth,
bad.
though. They're still there.
It won't affect his work either because he's terrible now, isn't he? Anyway.
Yeah, but
so
how would
it
you?
doesn't matter.
Yeah, would it not affect the way he speaks and raps potentially?
He doesn't care. He's not really good anymore, is he?
I don't know. I don't listen to him out of like
Principal.
principle. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
know
ally
if
myself with titanium.
I'm told
teeth
that his
folk.
stuff's still really good. It's just I don't give him the time of day.
He's a weirdo. Next, final. Come on, let's go.
Okay, over to the Weird World Web. I hope you're ready for this one.
No.
Woman has hamster stuffed to look like a pole dancer with notes in its G-string.
Is the woman's name
So,
Why are you all looking
Candy
at me?
Machine?
Jess Porter Langson was devastated when her, I have no idea what this is, Roborovsky dwarf hamster named
Russian
Hamilton
hamster.
died last August, and she had him for 3 years. She wanted to do something special to immortalise him, so found a local taxidermy artist to turn Hamilton, also known as Hammy, into a pole dancing stripper.
Hamilton.
And if you
That's
haven't
brilliant.
seen
Alexander
it already,
Hamilton.
I'm going to post a picture of it, hopefully,
Poor Hamilton.
in the chat,
Oh dear. I'm not
if this
for this.
works.
For this, again, audible medium.
There you go. There is a picture of said hamster.
Huh. There he is.
Rip Ham Ham.
Oh,
The more you
Oh.
look at it, the more surreal it becomes. It's just
poor baby.
I love the bit. I love the bit. Of
I like it.
The
I
article,
like it. I'm into
which
it.
is which marks Jess, a music merchandiser. So Candy, you've done this. You've done that before.
I have.
She calls it an emotional
Groupie.
support hamster.
Does it give good advice?
It gives good pole dancing lessons. Well, you've peaked. Let's go. Let's get on with the show. Let's get on with it.
Hammy died in August 2023, just shy of 3 years
God,
after
he's still
I got
going.
him.
Which
He
is a
passed
good
away
age
in
for a
his sleep,
hamster,
just-
by the way.
Yeah,
Not 10.
he passed away in his sleep.
5
just
years.
of
By the
old
way,
age.
let's go back to this. I'm pretty sure my hamster lasted 5 or 6 years, and I know he did for a fact.
There you
So
go.
they can
It's
last
not the
a bit
same
longer.
hamster.
No,
I've-
it is. Mine was the
That
same
might be the
hamster.
exception, but it's not there's no way
No,
that
10
it
years.
lived to 10. Not a chance.
No chance.
It was probably SWAT.
But listen. She went on to say, I thought it was a good way to go, not to like flying into a blender or something like some people's hamsters.
Yeah, but they don't. They don't put them in the
Often
blender after they
happens.
die.
Often happens.
Blenders. Who the fuck owns a blender?
That's the bit you question, Noodles. That's the bit you
Yeah,
question.
I have 2 blenders.
Of course you do for your protein shakes, baby. Let's go.
Everybody
Don't blame
loves
protein
him.
shakes,
I pitched the idea to my friends first and asked if it was morally questionable or a good idea, and everyone said I had to do it. He deserved it.
Oh, so he's gone to hell.
No.
It's very unchristian of that hamster to do this.
What
I'm
her
gonna do
friends
that to
really
my nan.
meant.
God.
What her friends really meant was, we really want to see this, so yeah, do it. Like,
Great idea. You know he loved pole dancing. That was
Yeah.
his favourite. Little arm
love
dog he
getting up
was.
a pole.
I loved it. Oh, God. That's it. It's done. It's over. We
Yeah.
fucking cowgun in this new segment. Christ. Editors. Come on. We need an editor. Let's get on with the main show. Gadget, come on.
Okay.
Pull it back.
So I've got
Be tight.
I've got a couple of things to talk about here. First one is, and I'm not going to talk about it for very long, but Pip and I have started watching The West Wing.
Good show.
It's a very good show. So I've seen it before. I went through all 7 seasons years ago. But Pip's never seen it. It's been something I've been trying to get her to watch for a while.
It's harder to sit down and watch it, isn't it?
Well, it's more just there's always been other things to watch, and bear in mind the show started in 1999, so it does
Yes.
it has aged a bit. It's weird seeing a show these days where not everyone's glued to their phones.
And when you do see a phone, it's a flippy one.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen it, it's an American serial political drama created by Aaron Sorkin. It was started in September 1999 and ran till 2006. It's primarily set in the West Wing of the White House, in the Oval Office, and it focuses on the fictional Democratic presidency of one Josiah Jed Bartlett, played marvelously by Martin Sheen. Given one of his
best role.
It's one of his most charming performances. It also stars Alison Janney, Richard Schiff, John Spencer, Bradley Whitford, Janelle
That
Maloney.
cast is amazing.
Yeah, at some point, like Jimmy Smits and Alan Alda make appearances. So does Kristen Chenoweth. Like a lot of people have been in this one, and it's we've pretty much gone through the entire first season. We've just started the last episode, but I had to come up here and record this. It's interesting to watch a program that's kind of pre 9/11 that's hopeful. Like all of the things
They're trying to make America nice
better
again.
Yeah, they're trying to make
Not great again.
trying to make a difference and make things better.
Yeah.
I forgot also Rob Lowe's in this one. This is the kind of the first thing I'd ever seen Rob Lowe in.
So handsome.
Yeah, and I'm fairly sure his character is just played for laughs in Parks and Rec because it's the same character.
Same guy.
Yeah, but it's a wonderful series. It's well done. It's so well written. The banter between the characters is incredible. John Spencer as Leo McGarry is just fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
The president's chief of
He's
staff.
a real standout here.
He is.
Yeah.
He's so
It's
good.
that show that got me into American TV series, like dramas.
It was one of the first ones I watched as well, to be honest, mate.
I just thought this is next level.
It's that old, guys. I watched it with my mum at home while I was a child.
I think what's good about it as well is like even though the dialogue is very fast paced and it's very detailed, it goes into a lot of detail in the American political system. Everything
it
is
does,
explained for anybody to get. Like
Yes.
the intricacies of how politics is done in America.
It gets
and-
broken down for laymen.
Yeah. And you
That's
get
what it
these. I love the way the show kind of looks. Like you get these really long one shots of them kind of walking through the corridors of the White House, conversing with each other, and like characters.
Very
come in
funny
and come
joke from
out of it.
Family Guy where they never stopped walking.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice? Did you see it?
But there's also the decision making as well by the characters, like the imperfections in their decisions, and
Yeah.
the fact that it's not black and white. It's everything. They look at all the options, and I just thought that was
Agreed.
superb.
Yeah. I think it's a wonderful show, and it's on Prime under their Freevee thing, so you can watch it for free.
It is.
It does have adverts, which is a little bit annoying, but
Also,
not too bad.
before you drop that one, it's one of the first like really well inclusive shows I've ever seen.
It is actually that was one thing we picked up. That there's an episode
Super inclusive.
There's an episode quite early on. I think it's like the 5th episode. And they're up in the residence after like a stressful day, and they're all having drinks after something. And
Yeah.
President Bartlett he's talking to like his advisor in it, and he's pointing out all the women in the room and how awesome they are,
Yeah.
independent of their relationships to men or their sexuality or whatever. It's just their achievements and they are there.
They are
makes
human
things
beings.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a great
I like
show.
the relationship between the president and I can't remember the guy's name. I'm going to say Charlie comes to my head. but
Charlie's his
the-
body man. Yeah.
Yeah, he was just so cool. Like this young black guy that he was kind of trying to sort of, I don't know, inspire.
Mentor.
I guess was maybe mentor, inspire. Yeah, and I
It's
thought that
great. It's
relationship
a great
was
show,
fantastic.
and it doesn't fall off a cliff either.
No, it's pretty consistently good all the way to the end.
Yeah.
But the other thing that I've done this week, which is what's left me incredibly tired and very exhausted, Pip and I have a surprise
Wanking.
for you all. So if you give me a second, I'm going to turn my screen off and I am going to call her in.
A stripper.
She's pregnant.
no.
He's been banging her all week.
Shaved
That's
her
why they're
ass.
so
Don't
tired.
spoil it if she is. If you've spoiled this, you're horrible.
I'm so tired
horrible
because we've
beast.
been.
All right, you ready?
You're a beast.
I'll turn the camera
Yeah.
on now.
Yep.
Or
We got a dog.
doggy.
Oh,
Hey!
she did have a baby.
It is almost like a baby.
Oh, look at him!
We
Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a girl. She's
beautiful.
She is a Staffy mix.
XL bully.
Think with an English bull terrier.
Staffy cross with an English bull terrier.
Looks like it. Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah,
She
you
is-
can see it.
Pink.
She is pure white with pink nose.
Yeah,
she's
you see him.
deaf. So
What?
very much like Lola, our Great Dane that we used to have.
Bit much of a joke
Pip
there.
knows doggy sign language.
She does. But she's
Yeah, you go like this with some pedigree chum and go, you want some? You want some?
She is 9 months old, and she is a ball of energy, which is why we're both fucking exhausted.
It's
Yeah.
nearly broken.
Is she-
up with
is she
We've made
house
it
trained
through
yet?
and we are stronger for it.
Hello.
Hello,
Are we back in
we're
the
back.
She
room?
reminds
I
me of
asked
Candy.
if she's house trained yet.
Yeah, she's house trained. She was owned by someone before we got her.
So, what have you called her?
So we haven't decided on a name for her yet. Because she's deaf, we can kind of call her whatever we want. The name that the name that she had at the shelter was Dandelion, which is pretty.
No. I've got a
Yaskia.
better name.
Jaskia.
No.
We were thinking either Joy or Delilah
Or Boo.
or Boo.
Tallulah.
Because she's as white as a ghost.
That's my mother's name.
Oodles.
Yeah, I like Boo.
Tallulah.
Boo's good.
No,
Stigina.
Candy and I knew a Tallulah.
Yeah, we can't do Tallulah.
Boo.
I wanted to call her Littlefoot, but Gadget won't let me.
Because it makes me cry.
No.
Because she's got little tiny feet.
She's beautiful.
look
She
at
is
her.
beautiful.
That's all of her.
Oh,
She's got back legs. Look at that.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your new arrival. Proud
yes.
parents.
Yeah.
We're exhausted. We are broken people. Because she has
Mate,
so much
I've had
energy.
children and dogs, and dogs
we
have always
are
been
very
more work
unfit
than
and
children.
don't walk.
Yeah, we're very unfit and don't walk. We've gone from not walking at all to like doing like 5-6 miles a day.
We've gone from
Now I
having an
understand.
elderly
Walking's great.
senior house cat to having a rambunctious 9-month-old puppy. We are exhausted.
Aww.
It must be
And she's
unusual
not-
having a deaf dog. Like, I don't know how that works because I'm so used to dogs being aware of
So-
sounds.
so-
So, I
so
don't know quite how it works with dogs.
They're very vibration heavy, aren't they?
They're very vibration heavy. She
Yeah.
can hear some things. Like if I whistle, she'll like poke her head up.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
With Lola, basically what Pippa trained her to do was if she was off the lead to just like kind of keep looking up and finding where she was. So if Lola got too far and we couldn't return, we couldn't get it to come back, we would just walk away. And then she would like go,
Yeah.
oh no, and she'd run after us.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah. So yes, this is the new little addition to our family. The cat is furious.
Michael taught her the sign language to sit. I was very impressed.
Who's Michael? How dare you say that on this podcast?
Gadget.
Sorry, I'm really tired.
Yeah.
I'm really, really tired.
oh,
I'm
Lord.
chuffed to bits for you both.
Any exes' names, to be honest. I'm that tired. I'm that tired. He calls me by his ex-wife's name all the time.
I know, it's infuriating.
It's hilarious. Because
Usually
it's
when I'm about to
ammunition.
shout at her.
Cow? You cow?
You're lucky
That's
she can't hear you.
awesome
She would
news.
kill you for that one, Biggie.
I know,
Yeah,
I
she would
know.
kill you.
Oh,
Tell me, I'll set the
nothing.
dog on him. What do you say?
He said, "You cow? You cow?"
I hate that
good
one.
impression.
I really hate that one. That's
It's
the
a
one I
horrible
hate.
expression.
Right, I'm gonna go check
I'm
it out
chuffed to
for
bits for you for this
another
new
week.
creature that we've
Tell
got
them
in our
about the
lives
time
now.
This is your life now.
Oh yes. We have a timer to make sure that to remind her to go out to the toilet.
Got a little rainbow on it, and I sit it in front of Gadget all the time.
Oh.
Hey, do you know the worst thing about having a deaf dog is they're not. No, in fact, the best thing when the pizza man knocks, not going to do your head in.
Yeah. Also, they're not bothered by fireworks.
Ah,
Train
yeah.
went past her right next
You did
to
well.
the gas station.
Did you go to the kennels and go get me a deaf one now?
I'm going to
No,
make
it was-
my
it-
dog's deaf.
It was
Yeah.
one of Pip's friends was being quote unquote helpful. And was searching on the Newcastle Dog and Cat Shelter website and saw a deaf white dog that looked very much like Lola. And it was just like, it's fate, you have to get this one. So we've had an impulse purchase of a dog.
Do you want to see my
Beautiful.
Lola?
No, this is a family show. Oh, you've got a little dog. You've got a little dog. Where did you get that from?
She's been there the whole
Men in
time.
Black, I think.
Where the fuck did you pull that from?
Wait, hang on.
Have you
Hold
just
your
given
dogs up. I
birth?
need to take a picture.
No, it's my
That
brother's.
looks like that dog from Men in Black.
It is, little pug. It's my brother's,
Yeah,
but we're just
I
looking
said
after her.
I'm looking for my dogs now, but fuck knows where
Got
they are.
Lola, got this one, little pug, and a little Dachshund Twiglet, but Lola was at the door and I just heard her and I thought, oh, I'll bring her in.
She doesn't sound very
Everyone's
happy.
got a puppy.
Oh, she's a pug. They can't breathe. She sniffs like this. She's like when she sniffs.
Look how pissed off she looks.
Watch
She looks fuming.
Well, no, it's going to be the socials clip this week. Just Stig lifting a pug into the frame.
Yeah, if you're not watching this podcast on YouTube, you're doing something wrong. This is a great show.
Gadget, hold up the baby. I need to
Excellent.
take a picture.
Can you grab her again? Because Joe wants a picture.
This is
Joe,
for
I
us
can
at
send you
Pearl.
thousands of pictures.
Who's
I
Joe?
want a picture of me and my Harry Potter.
Candy.
Why are people dead
so you're
naming
doing it now,
everyone?
aren't you? No, Candy.
Yeah,
Candy
sorry,
will want a
Ken. I
picture
don't know what's
of
going
her
on
in
here.
My Harry Potter
Shut
onesie, because she likes my Harry Potter onesie.
Oh, no.
Isn't that true, Candy? It's in my Harry Potter onesie. That's why you want the picture.
It is, yeah.
Hang on, Harry Potter. That could be called Luna. That dog.
Oh, that's a good one.
Now the neighbour's dog's
It's a
called
white dog. Oh
Or
shit!
Very
Dumbledore.
close to Lola as well, isn't it?
Dumbledore.
Yeah, isn't
Have you got
it?
your picture, Candy?
Yeah, I've got
I love
loads.
Dolly Parton, and we're thinking of Dolly as well.
Dolly's
Dolly's
nice.
a great name.
Yeah,
Dolly's a
Dolly's
great name.
Dolly's
Yeah.
a good name.
Dolly.
And
I approve.
Dolly Parton did
I
a
approve.
collaboration with Pets at Home on their clothes, and I've ordered one of their bandanas.
Perfect.
I say
That's it.
Dolly.
It's Dolly. That
Dolly.
dog is Dolly.
Dolly.
Apparently, it's agreed it's Dolly.
It's Dolly.
Yeah.
Dolly
Oh,
dog.
don't, 'cause I'm starting
Oh, look,
to
she
like
likes
Dolly
it.
as well. I really
She
do
likes
want,
it.
Because
Dolly's
she's on trial,
great.
she's on foster. She hasn't met the cat yet.
Oh.
There, she's been named live on the podcast.
I can't hear them.
She's been named
Go
live
for
on the
Boo.
podcast.
Boo.
We're going to baptise her and
Oh.
dip her in. What is that stuff that Oodles
Oh.
drinks? Dragon sauce?
Dragon soup.
Dragon
Sauce.
sauce.
Dragon soup.
Love dragon sauce.
And Biggie just keeps saying
Oh.
boo in the background.
Now, Dolly mixture.
Because it's half a fanful of booby, and that's what he has and wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
No, I'm just a shit ghost.
No, he says
Right.
because he's a shit ghost.
Get the dog away. I'm roping it in. Let's
Okay.
go.
Thank you,
Podcast
darling.
time.
Alright, I'm going away now, bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Dolly.
Get rid of it. Gone. Congratulations, Gadget. Whoever this Michael person was she mentioned.
Oh, I don't know. He
Weird.
died years ago.
Excellent, excellent. That's a very good. How do I top that? But I'm going to try. I've been playing The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. I'm not going to talk on that much because I've not started the story again. But you know what? The rogue mode, guys.
Yeah.
The rogue mode. It's really fucking good. It's really tight. What do you like? I mean, Stig will back me up on this one because he's definitely played it all. The gameplay on The Last of Us Part 2 is second to none, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, it's great.
Imagine
played
just
it
that
twice.
constantly. Oh, I didn't know you'd played it, mate. Sorry. It's second to none. It's just
We,
that. but
we
it's
never
got
know
added
whether you've
elements.
played a modern game or not, to be fair.
Well,
Did you
it's
not-
generally because I tell it on the podcast that I completed it and I wanted to do a spoiler cast on it, but you guys said, oh, it's.
Well,
it's
God
gone
of War
fast.
Ragnarok's got a rogue mode, but you've not even played the normal mode yet, and it's behind you.
Oh, well, this is true.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not going to touch on it that much because I've not really played. But I tried a little bit in 4K. It's pretty, that game. It's a pretty game.
Yeah.
But the main thing I want to talk about is a show that's took a week of mine and my dear beloved's time. Every evening we've watched an episode of this show.
Crime
And
Stoppers.
I feel like Crime Stoppers. I've been living that. I feel like I want my time back because I watched Netflix's Fool Me Once. So I don't know if you've heard it. It's a
Heard the title.
it's Netflix's UK version of a Scandi
Oh, with Michelle Keegan.
murder mystery. Michelle Keegan, starring Michelle Keegan, Adil Akhtar.
I
and
saw a
Richard
clip on
Armitage.
YouTube and it made me laugh because it was really bad.
Yes, Richard Armitage and Joanna Lumley. Now, the plot, it's based on a trash novel of the same name by Harlan Coben, and it's described as the middle-aged white woman's junk food book novelist.
I'd love it.
So, yeah, I know you would. The problem is when you do a dark Scandi show, Scandi-like detective show or crime drama in, like, Berkshire, it don't fucking work. It don't fucking work at all. When you think, it's lovely round there, but what could go wrong? However, it goes wrong. So I'll give you I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I can tell you not to bother watching it. But it's one of them shows that starts off really strong and really palatable, and it just
All of them do. The previous one they did, The Stranger, I think there was another one that they did, and it's the same guy as well, Richard Armitage.
Yeah, it's the same
is in
guy,
all of
isn't
them.
it? Yeah. And it starts off like Michelle Keegan. I can't remember her character's name. That's how fucking
Maya
good
Stern.
it was. Maya Stern. There you go. She buries a sister, and then not long after she buries her husband. And all you know is that he got killed in a robbery in a park. And then one day, a friend gives her a nanny cam, and the day after, she looks at nanny cam, and her dead husband's there. Bum bum! Look at Candy's fucking eyes.
I am invested.
Now, Adil Akhtar, the guy from Four Lions, you know who covers his beard up? Not bad.
Yeah.
He is fucking brilliant in this, and he's the only thing worth watching. He's so good in this, and he's got his own. He's the detective that's trying to unravel all this, but he's got his own. He's got his own plot in the background that's way more interesting than the actual murder plot, which is not what you want in one of these shows when it's just a side plot, but he's going through some really deep mental health issues and stuff like that, and he's sensational in it. He carried me through the whole show, but the last episode, do you know how like Poirot is pulp, and when everyone's in the room, everything's revealed. It was you, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near that good. It's just, how could we make the most offbeat, random twist of all twists, make M. Night Shyamalan like blush, just to shock him at the end? He does that, and it makes you feel like you've wasted all your time and investment. No. It's just a waste of fucking time and energy. No one's terrible. I mean, this Michelle Keegan person, she's beautiful, but she can't act.
She was from Corrie.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
She's beautiful, but she can't act. That's the problem. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's beautiful in it, but there's just somewhat ropey about it. But it did grip me. It did get me wanting to see it, but the ending just fucking destroyed all hope I've got for that. I will never watch anything from this person again. And Richard Armitage is usually really good. Do you know what I mean?
I've had the same problem. Any of those shows, the concept is Harlan Coben. If I remember, I read a couple of his early books.
He's the Dan Brown of fucking murder mysteries.
Basically, yeah. But these shows, kind of like production values, and like you say, they start off really well, and then it probably doesn't capture the book. I imagine the book's probably all right, but they probably don't deliver it well.
It's just, it really pisses you off, doesn't it?
Yeah,
this pissed me off more than the last season of Game of Thrones, and this is just a one season and done show. That's how bad that last episode was. But yeah, I can't really recommend it, but it's like 10 episodes. We sat through it, you know what I mean? And they're like 40-minute episodes, and it's quite an investment to just get, I don't know, visually raped by the end.
Fucking hell, dude. What?
That's the only way I can describe it. That's how I feel. I feel like I've been abused. It's awful. I don't recommend it. I give it about a 2 out of 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was not from me.
That's all. That's the only way. That's how angry I am. And I apologise if I've triggered anyone, but fuck me. What a load of tripe. Candy, please tell me you've had a better week.
It's been all right. I'm going to talk about 2 things, actually. Don't worry, they're quick. Because Gadget said he's been watching West Wing.
Yeah.
You've been watching the East Wing.
Yes. No, actually, I started watching. I started watching The Sopranos for the first time ever.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah,
now
boy.
we're talking.
I wasn't going to talk about it, but seeing as Gadget did. It was actually my therapist that made a Goodfellas joke.
A therapist told you to watch fucking
what did I say?
Sopranos.
Sopranos. Yeah.
The Sopranos, which is about therapy
in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I was saying your therapist told you to watch a show about therapy.
He didn't tell me to watch it.
It makes them think that she's going to keep coming back if she sees how good the therapy is.
Yeah, the therapy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's worse where you're sat there like fucking Tony Soprano. I was like, I don't get that joke.
You're doing it now. You're doing it now.
Candy Soprano.
I love that.
So I started watching that, and I was like, yeah, this is really authentic, sort of late 90s. Yeah, I remember that. They've got that down really good. And look, I went to check and it came out in 99. So
Yeah,
no
the
wonder
best thing about it is when you go back and watch it now, or when I did, I kind of watched it towards like the late 2000s, and they're on about, DVD players, this is the next big thing.
Yeah.
And you just kind of sit there laughing in Blu-ray, and now laughing in 4K.
Yeah, I've literally got the box set on Blu-ray. I'm like,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm about halfway through season 1 of that, absolutely loving it. And
it gets better, mate.
do you know what? Well,
does.
I'm sure it does. However, this little factlet scared me. I'm the same age as Gandolfini was when he first started recording. He was
Nearly
38.
same age as when he died.
Oh my god. Yeah.
He
Anyway,
didn't change for about 20 years, though, did he? He always looked like
No,
that.
it didn't.
some people are just born kind of older, and I think that's the way to go, isn't it? If you're going to be an actor, if you look old in the first place, you're fine. No one's gonna age you.
Have you done the?
I'm only 26.
Have you done the what they're called boy dinner challenge with Sopranos, where you eat Italian food while you're watching it?
Oh my god.
It's really good. It's really good. Like, have some carbonara or something while you're watching
I
it.
do like Italian food too,
Cannoli.
apart from pizza crusts.
Everyone should watch The Sopranos. It's so fucking good.
I do need to see it. It's probably going to go onto my list.
changed
after the
television.
West Wing.
Definitely Gadget. Honestly, it is. It is one of those ones where it's not overrated. Everyone talks about it because it's
No.
that fucking good.
It
I need
changed
to go back to
television
my
for me.
rewatch.
Yeah.
It was season 4, I think, or something. Where I got
For me, it was Sopranos. Lost.
stopped at
Those
season
years were
4?
Fantastic.
Huh?
You stopped at season 4.
Just got distracted. I was really into watching it, and then I ended up watching something else. So yeah, I've seen it before. I'm
okay, okay,
I'm
good.
just talking about
Fine.
my rewatch.
Oh,
my rewatch.
right. Oh, shit, then.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to hearing your thoughts on that, Candy, as you go along. And when you get
Yeah,
to the end.
I'll.
Yeah.
I'm sure, I don't think it's going to take me that long to binge it. So a couple of weeks, I'll come back and I will.
Candy Soprano.
I remember watching The Sopranos, and I burnt them onto like DVD CDs, and
Nice.
I was meant to be training on a building site when I started in a construction company, but the site manager was away for a week. So I just sat in the office on his laptop watching The Sopranos for a week. So anytime anyone came in, I'd just like press pause. I had nothing else to do. I'd go walk around the site for a bit, talk to the lads, and then I'd go back in and just watch Sopranos for the rest of the day. Great
What a
week.
day.
Yeah.
The second thing I did this week, and this is an absolute classic. Stop me when you know what it is. Let me read you the synopsis from Amazon. An aggressive 25-foot shark swims into the waters of a sleepy seaside town. The greedy mayor refuses to close the beaches for the safety of the community, and so the first corpses start washing up on the shore. Now that the ferocious aquatic predator has tasted human flesh, nothing will stop him getting his next meal. An adrenaline-filled film full of suspense. Can you guess what it is?
No, because I missed half of it 'cause of stupid Discord.
Yeah. We only heard the end of it.
I'm going to say Crocodile Dundee 4.
Sharknado or
I would
something.
say Piranha 3DD.
No, it's. I'll put you out if you suspense. It's Cruel Jaws. Nothing at all like normal Jaws. Cruel Jaws.
Crawl.
Oh
Or
no.
cruel.
Cruel. Cruel.
Cruel Jaws.
Cruel
Is it
Jaws.
like Jaws with like a Cruella de Vil like wig on?
No, I think that might be slightly better. It's
Watch that.
It's what I would describe as a candy classic. In that it's
dear.
So not good at all then.
well, I read this. I read this description. I was like, that sounds shit. I'll watch it, and I was pleasantly surprised at how shit it is. It takes like literally scene for scene, basically Jaws, and but makes it so much worse.
Is this someone singing on a boat, singing the song Spanish Lady?
I mean,
Look at that shark I've just posted in the thing that's from it. Oh, hang on, and this dude as well. This guy falling into the sea.
Stunning. Oh god.
Oh dear.
What's the point?
The thing about that-
Candy?
Load up Cruel Jaws on Google Images and have a good laugh.
The thing about Cruel Jaws is that's meant to be a tiger shark. That's not a tiger shark. But not only that, is every shot of the shark, it's bigger. Like there's one shot where it's fucking like its head is the fucking size of a boat. And the next one it is actually a tiger shark. It's the most ridiculous fucking thing. Like the music is rips. It's literally there's one bit of music that's literally the opening to Star Wars. I've got no idea how they got away with it. Apparently, like, this is a mid-90s film as well. Like, it was definitely from the 80s.
1995.
It got 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. What the fuck are you doing?
I know. I told you it was a good one.
It's got a 3.4 on IMDb.
It's.
So you stopped
Can I
watching
ask-
The Sopranos to watch
No.
that?
Can I ask, like, at what point do you look at it and go, I'm going to watch this tonight? Out of all the plethora of, like, amazing films
She
out there,
smokes
just
too
go,
much
but
ganja,
there's-
mate.
There's
She's
so
on the
much
fucking
boring
reefer
stuff.
all the
There's
time.
so much boring stuff out there. Why would I not want to watch Cruel Jaws? It's just it's a cinematic masterpiece. So, for example, like, I don't think that they had the capacity to rent out lights, because when they filmed outside scenes, it was clearly just when they filmed nighttime scenes, it was clearly just daytime, but they had like a blue filter at the top. So
That's how you do it.
On the IMDb page, under goofs, it says sometimes the shark is clearly a dolphin.
Amazing.
yeah,
Can't wait to watch that.
this one it really gets a Candy Award.
At 40 minutes, the helicopter pilot takes his hand off the throttle and points out the window to the shark. He would lose control of the helicopter.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a minor thing compared to some of the things. It's
Yeah, the fact it exists.
yeah. Oh, and I don't understand what's going on with the sound as well, because I think sometimes, like, if they're filming outside, you have to redub it, but with the actor that's done it, so it kind of like the lips move at the same time.
It's got ADR.
They did that, but like the sentence would be delivered about 3 seconds after. They made no attempt to kind of line it up.
Like this podcast.
Yeah, right.
Hey!
When she's being pulled from the water, the quote-unquote paralyzed girl wildly kicks her legs. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's great. Everyone watch Cruel Jaws.
No, I'm moving on from you. You've scared me enough. Stig, what you been doing, mate?
I'll tell you some films that you should watch. I actually have had a fucking great week. You know, you just have like an awesome week of films.
Yeah, I think it was the summer of 2005 for me last time.
No, I just like every film. I've watched like 5 films this last week, and all of them have been great. So I'm going to talk in the green room about Still, a Michael J. Fox movie, and The Holdovers.
Nice, yeah.
But for this podcast, I want to talk about what I want to talk about last week, which is a movie called Rye Lane. So
Yeah.
Rye Lane came out last year. It is by director Rain Alan Miller. Stars David Johnson and Vivian Opera. A load of like young British talents that not many people will know, to be honest. And it's about two 20-somethings, both reeling from bad breakups, who connect over the course of an eventful day in South London, helping each other deal with their nightmare exes and potentially restoring their faith in romance. So this is a romantic comedy set in South London, and it is fucking brilliant, and it's gone into my top 10 films of last year. It is so good. It's sweet. It's intoxicating. It's so funny. There is a scene in a restaurant about 15-20 minutes into the film just had me laughing constantly throughout it. Like this little 5-minute period in the restaurant, just laughed out loud so many times. The chemistry between the leads is amazing. They're likable, they're witty, charming, believable. I love the way the film's shot. So the director, she's done this thing where they're telling their stories to each other, and it's kind of in flashbacks and whatnot, and it puts the characters into the scene. So he'll be talking about, well, this happened between me and my ex. We were doing this, and this happened, and like they're kind of in the scene watching what happened, and the characters talk to each other within the scene about what's going on. It's so well. It's like being in a stage show. I mean, actually, one of the flashbacks is literally set on a stage at one point with like audience members watching. Like, it's just, I love the way that the kind of conversations and the tales they tell each other about their exes actually is framed. It's so good. Like, it's vibrant. The settings, the costumes is like full of color. The editing's brilliant. The soundtrack's amazing. Just, This is her directorial debut as well. Like, and
Sorry, I'm just laughing at that picture that Candy Boy.
Yeah, I did too.
fuck's sake.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out. That
Anyway.
sounds really cool, man.
Yeah, it's 82 minutes long. Like, and
Wow!
And literally, the only kind of quibble you could probably get from it is that it falls into some normal romance tropes, which
I like a bit of that,
but
though.
it's a romantic comedy at the end of the day. It has to kind of
Yeah.
fall into them. But like for 82 minutes, if that's the only thing that you kind of got any kind of issue with it,
That's nothing, is it?
it's nothing. And yeah, it is just.
So it's not creepy like Love Actually? Or
No,
anything like that?
it's just so good. Like the characters are great. They're so likable. They kind of meet each other at this art gallery. Like one of them's going, he still can't get over his ex, and he's sat in the toilet crying, and she's like in the other cubicle, like listening to him, and it just goes from there. But yeah, the scene in the restaurant with his ex and her new boyfriend, and that is just amazing. Absolutely
Chef's
loved
kiss,
it. Yeah,
baby.
it is on Disney Plus.
Fantastic.
So
I shall watch that with my mistress.
100% watch it. It's so good. It's a Searchlight's picture film as well, which usually are pretty decent because they're like the.
We need
Small little indie
that
films.
cleanse after Fool Me Once.
Honestly, if you don't love it,
Something wrong with
yeah,
it.
I'm now interested in seeing a few reviews that says it's very much in the style of Wes Anderson as well. Like the way a lot of things are framed and the colours used.
yeah, some of it like just the kind of the way that
Less quirky.
yeah, but way less quirky. But yeah, I can kind of see the influence there. But it's kind of definitely deep rooted in South London and kind of taking you through those areas of South London, which is full of like diversity and different cultures, and like the go to because the two actors, the two characters are black, so it goes through a lot of like kind of black culture and black areas, and takes you into like a scene where they go to like a barbecue, which is like at her ex's house and everything, and it's kind of got like the grandparents who have like kind of Caribbean backgrounds and stuff like that. So
I love it.
Yeah, it's really really good. I really enjoyed it. The other film I watched this week, which is on Netflix and everyone else should check out, is Society of the Snow.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not checking
Got
that
things about
out.
that.
Yeah, so this is directed by J.A. Boyena, and it's a retelling of the true story of the Uruguayan flight that was chartered a rugby team to Chile that crashed in the Andes in 1970. It's 1972. And yeah,
There's flying sharks in it, Candy.
Well, maybe.
seriously,
They
That
all
is
eat
the
each
point.
other.
I
Back in.
seriously watch this film. It's so well done. So this is obviously, if you know, this is there's a film called Alive, which was in the early 90s.
Which is good.
You've got to say it that way because it's
It's
in
good.
capitals.
Ethan
That's
Hawke.
how he does it as well.
But this is done properly. Like the way that this is shot, it's so well done, and it kind of puts you right in there in the film. Like it makes you feel cold, and the close-ups of when shit's going down, and when even when
I don't know what you mean, because I felt like Ethan Hawke did play a really good Patagonian.
like the plane crash is fucking awful. The stuff that's happening to them, like you think at 1 minute they're safe and then something else happens and you're like, fucking hell, like when will it end for these people? Like it's just getting worse and worse. And one of the most impressive things about this film is that it was filmed in chronological order. So the actors' hair and beards and toenails all grew
Love
out.
that.
So they actually got thinner. So the actors like ate less as they were filming this, so they physically get thinner, get emaciated. The hair is a mess. They've got growing beards or scraggly beards. Like they get dirtier and messier like as the film went
But
along.
if you were on it, Stig, you'd look exactly the same.
No, there is a couple of guys who have like the kind of facial hair I would have after 3 months, which would just be like patches. There's like some with full on beards, and then there's others with just like little patches. And I was like,
me and Gadget would be sat there, you wouldn't be able to see his face.
No.
yeah, you'd have nice warm faces. But honestly, like everyone knows the story. They know everyone kind of
it's
knows
famous.
what they had to do to stay alive. But just
Don't spoil that one, but don't eat your dinner while you're watching it.
it is incredible. It's an amazing story to watch and tell. There's stuff in there that I still didn't know about, despite knowing the kind of story, like actual
Apparently, the
story.
book is harrowing
Just Eats
as
will
well.
deliver anywhere.
Yeah, the book I think came out after Alive, maybe, or it might have come out. They've since like re-edited the book's like kind of been changed a bit.
The film Alive is based on the book, which because this happened in the late 70s. The book came out in the early 80s. But the I can't remember who's. I think it might be Nando. He basically recanted a few things in it, not like the actual story itself, but like his characterizations of people. I think he wasn't particularly kind about Roberto Canessa, and I don't think he was particularly fond of Cuckoo. So he kind of was really mean about them in it and implied that they were like lazy and weren't
making out
helping.
they did worse things.
And so the book ended up getting kind of re-edited and reissued with his kind of more corrected
They
things.
did a full-on investigation at World Court and stuff to see if it was deemed a crime and all sorts, didn't they? Papa went to really strong lengths. The actual whole ordeal. When the lads got out, it wasn't over.
But they talk about that like on the mountain when they're literally discussing like, shall they eat people? And one of them's like, it's a crime to eat people. Like, and was like, yeah, but we will die if we don't. And it's like because it's not with consent. So like the others, so some people as they died, they all sat there and went, if I die, you have. I give you whereas the people who already died, I didn't have that chance to do that.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I didn't know the way it ended. I didn't know how they got rescued. How they get rescued is incredible.
And
honestly,
actually, Alive skips over that.
Yeah, exactly.
It does.
But
it does a lot of jump cuts.
The way that Boyena's filmed this is the best thing about this. I mean, he's taken a bunch of pretty much unknown Uruguayan actors, and so watch it. It's on Netflix for some reason. It started with the dub. Fuck that, like the sub.
Oh no!
Like
big
English dub.
Guys.
Watch it in Uruguayan. You have to watch it in Uruguayan. But but they're really good. All the actors are brilliant in it. But like the way he shoots it, like the close-ups of things, and like it really makes you feel claustrophobic and like awful. Like it's brilliant.
Everyone's
Seriously,
saying it's phenomenal.
Such a great film.
It's also worth like the story itself is fascinating. Just before Christmas, Last Podcast on the Left did a 3-part series on this story as well, and not to coincide with this film. I think it just happened that they happened to release at the same time. It's a fascinating story whether you listen to it on a podcast or watch it in a film. But I am keen to watch this film. I can't imagine it's a pleasant thing to watch at times.
It's just like I said, it's not one you get a Just Eat for and stuff, is it? It's not one you get you sit down, get family together. Come on, let's go. What's wrong, hon? Why don't you want to eat your lamb shank?
Luckily,
You know what I mean?
not to spoil it, but they don't dwell too much on him, like sat there eating human flesh.
Gnawing at stuff.
Yeah, you see it, but like it's not like it's a huge focus of the film. It's more
like a
about,
vampire orgy.
They don't need to. They don't need to, do they?
No.
Cool. Big it. Finishes off. Be a good boy.
I want to talk about Cyberpunk. No, I'm
No, you're not.
It's bad.
I'm not. No, I'm going to talk about. I think Kurt in the Discord has been talking about the True Detective season 4's just started
I thought you wanted to talk about
airing
Kurt
the
then.
episodes.
You're reviewing Kurt.
So,
9 out of 10.
yeah, I'm actually
Would bang.
finally got around to watching season 3 because I hadn't got that. I'd somehow missed that.
I've not done it
A
either.
lot of people
yet.
did by all accounts, mate. A lot of people have.
I think it's because season 2 was so poor compared to season 1 that it was just like, oh, there's another.
But I
there's
still
another
like
one.
2. I like.
Yeah, but it wasn't
2.
a
It's not as good
patch
as
on
1.
season 1. Season 1's
Not
like
at all.
one of the greatest
No.
single series of
Yeah,
TV
yeah.
ever.
But season 1 can be just a single on its own thing because it's a full beginning, middle, and end.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. And the same applies to this as well. The third season is basically by the same series creator, Nick Pizzolatto. Sorry if I butchered his name. But it came out in 2017. The story takes place in the Ozarks, and it's over 3 decades. So it spans the 80s and 90s, and then kind of present day. And as partners, detectives investigate a macabre crime involving 2 missing children. It stars Mahershala Ali and Stephen Dorff. Do you remember Stephen Dorff? He's in this.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Deacon Frost in Blade.
And yeah, it's very well done, and the plaudits went definitely to Ali, but the makeup effects to show the decade difference and the performances of the characters as they get older, the makeup is incredible. It really does generally look like they've gotten older, to the point where present day Mahershala's character has dementia, so he's really struggling to remember what happened in his life and the case that they never solved properly. And yeah, it's just so well acted. It absolutely nails it. I really enjoyed it. It's a slow burner. You know, it's not fast paced, just like
First
the others.
season
But
is.
it is.
I think first season
It's
is a slow
very
burn.
slow, but it's interesting because the performances are that good. There's a lot of time jumping, so be prepared for that if you're going to watch it.
So are you then
But,
going to jump into season 4 then straight away after?
Yes, yeah. 'Cause,
I'm thinking of
I
just
forgot
I'm
how
thinking of
good
just
these shows
diverting
are.
straight to season 4 from season 1.
But I
just
don't
jumping.
think this series should be missed. I think it's really good. The story's really, really, really good, and it won't
Okay.
be how you expect it to end. Trust me.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
But yeah, really enjoyed it. Really fantastic performance. Stephen Dorff's really good as well. I haven't seen him for years, and he surprised
He's
me.
great
how
in
good he
Blade.
is.
That's the last thing I saw him in.
Yeah, that's all I can't remember what he's been in since. But yeah, really highly recommended for me. And that is pretty much all I've been focusing on.
What has he
Fantastic.
done? A lot of shit.
Just Blade.
Yeah, a lot of shit.
There's a lot of straight to DVD stuff.
A lot of candy fodder.
Stephen
No, I
Dorff.
want to see if I recognise him.
Which is interesting why...
You know
very
who Stephen
quickly,
Dorff is?
why-
He's Frost in Blade, the main guy.
But why do
Oh, okay,
they
that
suddenly
guy.
pick someone like him out of the hat? That's what amazes me, is just how they...
Probably thought they
suddenly
could try
go,
to
"Oh, yeah,
do one
this
of
guy's
those like
really good."
career revivals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just fucking auditioned and got the job.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there
Never
is that, of
fucking know.
course. But it just surprises me that this guy disappears, like you say. No one remembers what he was pretty much in apart from Blade.
He was
and
in
then
Cecil B.
he was really
Demented.
good
That's fucking
before.
awesome film. Honestly, I love Cecil B. Demented.
Sure, hon.
I think the last thing I saw him in was Leatherface. And before that, World Trade Center.
God.
A laugh a minute, that film. A laugh a minute. Cool. Have our lovely listeners somehow endured this and now would like their thoughts read out on air?
Yes, they would. Todd Story has said, I just wrapped up season 2 of Slow Horses, an excellent modern-day spy thriller involving outcast MI5 operatives trying to get back in their superiors' good graces. How you carry on with that?
Is this a Gary Oldman
Yeah, it's the Gary
role
Oldman
of a
one.
lifetime?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it is really good. I've watched a chunk of the first season. I need to get back to it, actually.
I just like Gary Oldman chewing up shit.
Yeah.
Chewing it up.
Oh, he's chewing it up, and he's proper Cockney in this one as well.
That's for me standards, isn't it?
He's apples and
Gary
pears in, apples and
Oldman.
pears in everywhere.
Gary Oldman.
Mr. Worldwide himself, Planty, has come in. Hello, you modern bastards, is how we started.
Oh.
This week,
Oh.
we've not had much time at all for media consumption. We watched the beautiful The Creator, which is right up my street. Futuristic robot murder.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I could even look past the woeful Gemma Chan, who is typecast as Robots because she can't act, ?
She's not good, is she?
I really wish I'd seen it at the cinema. 10 out of 10. I'd love to see more in that universe.
He really liked
you.
it. No one else liked it. Is he
Biggie
trolling
liked
us
it.
here?
Boring as fuck.
He's alright.
Nope.
He goes on to say,
Okay, I'm going to have to watch it.
we were unfortunate enough to watch American Pie for this week's 100 Things episode.
I'd rather watch that again.
Oh, I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Now,
It's
American
good, I must do
Pie,
it the minute.
of that series, that's the only one I've seen, and I fucking hated it then.
Well, when they're recounting it, it sounds worse than you remember.
Is it really bad against women?
consistently?
Yeah, did they say the F word a lot?
I don't think that's a problem in the film. It's more.
And they're not talking about
There's a lot
smoking
more words
cigs.
going on in that film than that.
It's more
I
that
remember him
you,
shagging that pie.
yeah, but do you not remember them streaming that lasso?
camming.
Spy camming
Yeah.
that lasso over the internet. That's a bit revenge porny, really, isn't it?
That teenager, that underage girl.
Yeah.
Whoa, let's go.
Non-city. He also says on that, we record the video for the pod, but I can't use it because I can't look John in the eye while I say posh wank. Not anymore, anyway.
Oh. No, I wouldn't be able to do that. Not with John's beautiful face.
He then says, we really enjoyed the 3-parter documentary on Netflix, American Nightmare, about a Gone Girl-style kidnapping. Well worth 3 hours of your time, and it doesn't go where you'd expect.
Just like Fool Me Once.
Well, better go out for a posh birthday tea in Liverpool. Rachel's sister's wedding tomorrow too. Busy old time. Ta-ra-la.
Ta-da-la. La. Off. Fucking scousers.
So, yeah.
Cool. Next one.
Lee Davies has said, finished watching Fargo Season 5 last week. It was so good.
Is that still going?
Apparently. Juno Temple is the lead character, showing she's a really great actor, and John Hamm is the antagonist. Fucking hell. Played
The
such
hamster.
As the antagonist, played such a hateful arsehole. It had Steve from Stranger Things too, so what's not to like? Highly recommended.
That's another
I agree.
show
That sounds like
I watch now.
that sounds like a good cat, and the film's sensational.
Film's
I've never watched
sensational,
the
yeah.
show.
The TV
I know
shows are fantastic.
Ewan McGregor was in it originally, wasn't he? I think it's Ewan
He's
McGregor.
in season
In one of the seasons.
1, I think.
I just can't. I
Season
just
1 or 2.
forgot there was a show of Fargo.
Yeah, it's
It's really good.
it's one of the
Quite
seasons.
soon.
Billy Bob Thornton's been in it, Martin Freeman, Alison Tolman, Colin Hanks was in it for a
Jesse
while.
Plemons.
Oh, Cole!
Bob Odenkirk. Jennifer Jason Leigh. Oh yeah, it was
wow.
that's where Ewan McGregor met Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah, and then he cheated on his wife with her and married her instead.
Yeah.
Hello there.
I have the higher ground. Do you?
It didn't. Morally, no.
No. Zenos has said, I've been playing more Minecraft this week, as we've now started adding mods to our multiplayer world, and the first of those was Ars Nouveau. I'm predicting Oodles or Biggie makes an arse joke here.
Ass.
There you go. Which is extremely in-depth magic mod. To nobody's surprise, I have dived headlong into spellcraft and come out the other side with some extremely irresponsible spells. My personal favourite is one that flings the target 50 blocks straight up. It's not legally my fault if gravity kills them, so it doesn't aggro groups of pigmen.
I like that thought. Yeah, that's a good thought.
That's how Batman gets away with it.
Yep.
Yeah, gravity's the killer.
As of last night, we're on a global expedition using the Nether as an express travel route because 1 block travelled there equates to 8 blocks on the overworld. A veritable highway through hell, twinned with Scunthorpe, apparently. No luck tracking down a swamp or Nether fortress yet, but we'll get to one eventually. It's kind of how it works in Warhammer, really.
The Nether is.
You're basically using hell to travel.
Oh, it's like
distances.
the Nether realm.
Yeah, Nether
like
realm,
Mortal
yeah.
Kombat.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know. We've had this discussion, but I didn't know Minecraft had this kind of shit to it.
I guess dig down far enough, you'll awaken great evils.
It's weird
God,
that
that sounds like
you're
Lovecraft.
talking about it, and you got well, who plays Minecraft? But actually, I've been looking at potentially starting it with Amelia. So
That makes sense, though.
Yeah.
It's a fun thing to do, but the only thing I know about Minecraft is it's used in TikToks for Reddit posts.
Yeah,
Reddit
Get
videos.
AI to read the Reddit post, and then for some
Yeah.
reason you start watching someone bouncing around in Minecraft.
oh, I love him. I love him.
It's
I'm
weirdly
concentrating.
And that's all I
hypnotic.
thought it was.
Yeah.
That's all I thought it was.
See people doing platforming in Minecraft to Reddit posts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. It upsets me that I like them so much.
They're interesting.
Oh, they're great. Yeah, they're great. It means I don't have to go on Reddit.
Chat, tell me about the time that your parents nearly tried to kill you. It's like,
Yeah,
Yeah. Tell me an unethical life hack.
yeah. Last up, Best Boy Angry Kurt says, this week I started Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, and I'm utterly hooked. I can tell it's going to be a top 5 game, if not top 3 for the year for me. It reminds me a lot of Metroid Dread.
In January.
It reminds me a lot of... Hey, Hi-Fi Rush came out last January. That was in my top 5.
It was in my top 10, but not top 5.
It reminds me a lot of Metroid Dread in movement and exploration. God. But I think the combat is more fun. It looks great even on the Switch and is so much fun. The boss battles are also fantastic so far. Definitely check this game out. Damn it, Kurt. Damn it, Kurt. Damn it, Kurt. I've got too much to fucking play. And now you're bringing Metroid Dread
You know
into
what,
it.
I've heard people say it's better than Metroid Dread.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You go,
I really want it, but it's an Ubisoft game, so it'll be £4 in a month. I can wait.
I mean, I'll be buying it on Steam, so I'll just find.
It's a weird
Steam
direction
feed.
the game went from a visual and I guess mechanic point, because they're normally like third-person action adventure stuff.
You know
like
what
that.
happened to
not
Prince of Persia,
originally.
don't you? Prince of Persia became Assassin's Creed 1.
Yeah.
It was a
And you know,
spin-off,
That's what
wasn't
happened.
it?
That was supposed to be in it. Yeah, it's supposed to be it. So why would they make another Prince of Persia when that sells bucket loads? This is a good turning point for that franchise. Back to its original roots, which is a 2D platformer. This could spawn off to be great. More
because
Metroidvanias.
they could get more money. by
Did the
having
Sands of
franchises.
Time just get
money.
Two
It's
franchises.
Did the Sands of Time reboot just get shit canned?
I think so.
Oh,
By all accounts, yes.
oh dear. That was in development hell for a while.
It was.
Yeah. It's not needed. This new Prince of Persia, which I found out recently that you don't even play as the prince, which I find fascinating. It's really he's not the prince, is he? The main guy.
I don't think so, no. Oh, fuck's sake, it's on Epic Game Store.
Prince Dastan, you mean?
Prince Dastan. You know it, girl. You know it. Jake Gyllenhaal, baby. The Persian man.
I can play it on Epic because my handheld plays Epic
genuinely...
games.
Can you believe they blacked him up for that film?
Yes, I can believe it.
Oh, Disney. But yeah, excellent. Has he done anything else, Kurt? Is that it?
He has done other things. He's also started watching a show on Disney Plus called Culprits. It's about a group of criminals who get recruited to perform a heist, which they pull off. However, they then become hunted down by the
me this
person they
morning.
robbed many years later.
Stig were in it this morning.
The show flicks between present day as they're hunted and the period running up to the heist. It's been a good watch, and it's only 8 episodes.
Is this related to that thing that everyone's talking about on X, formerly known as Twitter? That what's it called? It's about tricking people. It's a game show about tricking Claudia Winklevoss.
Traitors.
Yeah,
Traitors.
Traitors. Is it related to that?
No.
Oh, right.
No.
Everyone's going, watch Traitors, it's amazing. And then I found out I can't watch it.
You should, it's good.
Naughty. It's on naughty channels.
It's not, it's on BBC. You just don't want to pay for it.
It's naughty channels for naughty
Yeah,
people.
that means we have to. That means we can't legally. So we have to
watch it
normally.
on naughty channels, which means setting it up and looking out a window in case a white van turns up.
I can't deal with shows like that anyway. I can't deal with.
I don't
people
want
being-
Michael McIntyre knocking on my door saying you've not paid your license.
I can't deal with TV shows where people just being absolute twats to each other for money and shit. It's not.
Oh, no.
Our podcast
The Traitors,
like
the
this.
Traitors is good. Anyway, the show Kurt's talking about is called Culprits. It's not the Traitors.
It's like the Traitors.
It's not the Traitors.
Anyway, Kurt, if you like that and you didn't watch Kaleidoscope, that's a decent heist show. Give that a go next. It's on Netflix.
And Ocean's 11.
Yeah, watch. Oh, he's probably what. You must have watched Ocean's 11.
Oh,
Sure.
He might not have. He might not have.
If you've not watched
Do not-
Ocean's 11, watch Ocean's 11, the
Don't-
George Clooney version, not the original.
Do not watch Oceans 12 or 13, though.
No.
No.
Or
don't-
Ocean's 8,
don't
the
exist.
female reboot.
No, don't exist. Don't
But
exist.
watch 13 for the ridiculous plot in that.
What, the Julia Roberts
Alone.
plot?
Yeah,
Where she's the actress playing the
Wow.
actress playing the heist.
I can't believe
You look
they
so
did
much
that.
like Julia Roberts. I know. Oh. Plan to get on Ocean's 11 or Ocean's 13 if you've not done it yet.
I think
We'll
they
all
have done
join.
Ocean's 11, but yeah, I think we do need to get them to do Ocean's 13. That's it from the listener feedback.
Thanks for persevering with us, listeners. Thank you for being our friends in these dark, dark times. Before we end the show, again, Kenny Potter's out now, isn't it, Stig?
It is, yeah. There's a week delay in it, unfortunately, but it is out now.
And it is not the final episode of Kenny Potter.
No, penultimate episode. We have one more.
Penultimate. We have one more because I've been watching other films.
Also, make
In
sure you
that
watch
universe.
the documentary.
I have
well.
watched that documentary.
It's good, isn't it?
No comment yet. Save it for the product. But yeah, that's coming out whenever. Patrons, thanks for being patrons. But before we go, I like to call this segment the headache segment, but it's become a staple now that we're stuck into it. And I am sorry, listeners. I invented this segment as well.
You did. You thought this would be a grand old idea.
Made your bed.
My fault.
It's brilliant.
But
I
it's
love
time. It's time for a bit of Candyland. Come on, stop
Right.
it to me, baby.
And now, what's up in Candyland?
Ibuprofen at the ready. Then this is a good one, right? You know how when you're on a plane you get turbulence,
Here we
just
go.
bumping around. Why does the planet as a whole not get space turbulence? What's funny?
Oh God!
What's funny?
I can't believe you just asked that.
I don't see what's so funny.
So, Candy, do
So-
you know what causes turbulence?
Yeah, no, of course I do, but there must be stuff in space that also causes space
Wind
turbulence.
/ air pressure
No,
causes turbulence.
I know-
What's
well,
not
I
in
know.
space?
There's fucking loads in space that could cause turbulence.
No,
like
there's no wind
No
or air
air.
pressure. No, it's a
solar-
vacuum.
There's solar wind. There's solar wind. 'cause
That's
they
not
get,
the same. Solar wind's heat. Solar wind is heat. It's not. Oh, it don't matter. It doesn't fucking matter.
Better carry on.
Anyway, what if? Well, I feel stupid now. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm sticking by it because I think there could be space turbulence.
Why
from
don't sharks have turbulence underwater?
I bet they do. I bet
No,
they do.
they don't. They have waves.
They have currents.
Current.
So a space current then, or a space turbulence?
Do you understand how that works?
Oh my God.
It's not space current, space raisin.
Oh, yes.
So what
I
if
keep
there?
doing this.
What if there? I mean, there could be like a weather turbulence forecast, couldn't there? If you think it's gonna, you better hang on, it's gonna be a really bumpy day today.
They do that. They go through slipstreams and fly lanes and stuff. They try to avoid turbulence, but sometimes the weather changes.
No, but imagine if we had to getting away from air turbulence. Doesn't matter now. No, planet turbulence.
Don't matter. Planet
Put that away. So imagine if
so
you
what,
had to listen to a turbulence forecast for the planet, and if it's going to be a really bumpy day, I wouldn't be able to work. If it's a nice smooth day, I'd
If
have
it's
to.
going to be a really bumpy day on Earth, we're all dead.
Yeah.
Well, no, because it's not going to be that bad.
Have you not seen
we'll just
Moonfall?
be here like this.
Do you know how delicate
turbulence.
the Earth's axis is so delicate that any shift in that would destroy life?
But I mean, even if it's like 5 inches or something, which is nothing in compared to the Earth's axis.
5 inches is nothing. Well, some people
But
say
5 inches of-
otherwise.
That's what she
I
said.
know. I've been rocked by 5 inches before. Trust me, it's not nothing. It's
5 on the Richter scale.
That's why, because she couldn't sit still the next day at work.
exactly, yeah.
So I know what you're saying, but like planetary turbulence would be more like earthquakes and seismic activity. So that happens, and we do
And mass
kind of have
death.
warnings for that.
Yeah, well, no,
And
because
mass
it's not on it's not on a global scale, is it? An earthquake, and you can't really predict that. But if they had like monitors, like the weather forecast, you'd have the weather forecast, and then you'd have like
do.
the bumpy forecast.
But the Earth doesn't get bumpy. That's the thing.
I know it doesn't in real life, but just indulge my flight of fancy, my turbulent
joke,
flight
Andy,
of fancy.
I think it'd be a great
We
use
do every
of
week.
taxpayers' money for a flight of fancy.
The thing is, this has now been put out in the world, and somewhere Roland Emmerich's phone has just started ringing.
Yeah, it has. We've done it again. Turbulence on a global scale.
Turbulence, Earth.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Oh. Candy, you are a national treasure.
I like to think so.
You're an international treasure. You're an ambassador for science.
Also, like our computer chairs might have to have seatbelts and stuff.
Here we
Or
go.
you'd have to take the wheels off for a start. Everything would have to be strapped down constantly. Velcro. Mr.
Absolutely,
Velcro would be
yes, yeah.
fucking loaded.
John Velcro.
John Velcro.
Yeah.
How long is it before Candy rocks up to this podcast for Candyland and tries to convince us the world is flat?
Oh, not long. Not long.
Well, even if it was, it would.
I'll give it 6 days.
If it was, it
Matter
would
of
still
months.
get bumps. I bet.
No, it'd spin like on a record.
Like a
Oh,
disc.
imagine going swimming as well, like in a swimming pool, on a really bumpy day. You'd be fucked.
I love how this bumpy day thing that she's going on about. What happens to gravity on this bumpy day? What happens to the Earth's core?
That's what she calls a hangover.
I haven't thought that through. You mostly just have to stay in on bumpy days, depending on the bump to scale.
We'd be bumping up and down as houses. Do you know, Gadget, imagine Candy and Douglas Adams in a pub just having a conversation. It'd be the best conversation you've ever heard in your life.
Well, especially when Douglas Adams is handing out the acid. Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
The two of them fucking chewing their own faces off, talking about infinite probability and global turbulence.
It just writes itself. Oh, Candy, all I can say, and all the listeners are begging you to do, and I know you're a busy woman, write a fucking book.
I should do,
Please.
shouldn't I? Candy nuggets.
Wow. We could just call it Candyland. We've already got a thing for it.
No, I like nuggets.
Candyland, nuggets of wisdom from a strange woman.
Yeah. It'd be like your version of Flanimals, or whatever that thing was that Ricky Gervais did, the little kid's book. And there'll be a forward from us saying, don't listen to anything this woman says. She's a menace.
She's unwell.
Do not approach her.
Who put a bump in your day?
Well, it's a grand idea, Candy, and I'm glad that you're
At
funding
least that
it.
bed will have some action finally.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
Be glad of a game of bed.
Thanks for listening, guys. I can only apologise on behalf of my... Oh, God, never mind. See you next time. If you're a patron, we'll see you in a few seconds where we can scold Candy for the naughty girl that she is. But to everyone else, bye.
Bye.
Oh, can we sue the Tate Modern?
Oh, you've been saving that, haven't you?
People like cock. Let's carry on.
That's the Easter egg.
That's the Easter egg, yeah.
You like this?
Possibly paired with,
Well-
if Candy says something stupid on this episode, and then I can have Stig going, she's ruined her life, and then Oodles going, she likes cock.